Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ultra World Send It Back series. Today, we're watching the 2019 Premier Ultimate League semifinal game between Gridlock and Radiance. I'm Amy Zhou, and I'll be joined by Jayway. Jay, are you there?
Yeah, I
I
made
guess it's
it.
just me.
Sorry. I'm kind of a technology dump, so um, not surprised that we had issues.
Yeah, not to worry. We got 70 people on the field, so we've been assessing points. I think we're up 1-0 right now.
uh,
Oh yeah, just to mention, today's game is also brought to us by Spin Ultimate. So if you have a chance, go check out their website. So that's some cool stuff.
Premier Ultimate League semifinal matchup between Raleigh Radiance and New York's Gridlock. My name is Gabe Badeau, and I am joined this
wow, I
evening
remember these
by
fields. So,
panelists.
small fun fact is that I have not watched this game yet. So, a lot of these will be first timers for me, remembering how I was feeling as yeah. I remember we were
I
super nervous going into this game
when
just because, yeah,
did you find the day before or 2 days before?
we drove down the day before. Yeah. Or, yes. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Grab.
Get wrecked.
Again,
So,
you? What happened
yeah.
there?
So, well, I remember Don and I were on defense, and
It's
we talked
exactly
about it
what you like
after
to
this
see.
point.
First
We
offensive
should
point, clean
have
hole for
done a
Gridlock
ham
along the way.
sandwich, which is what
Slightly contested
I
shot.
had learned from some of my
Please
awesome
acknowledge it.
coaches in the past, where one of us
Gridlock
goes
ready.
in front and one of us goes behind that person so that they are the ham and they get sandwiched in. But instead, we just both went two bread slices in the front, and yeah, Linda Morris
Like an
definitely got
open
the best of us.
yeah,
Yeah, she is incredible in the
Izzy
air.
McKenna on the pole.
open face sandwich with 2 slices of bread on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot how hot it was that day. It was like 95
Yeah,
degrees out.
yeah, and the turf was brutal. And during this quarantine, I really have hit the field a couple times, and it has not been that hot. And every time I remember those days where we had to play in the 95-degree weather, and yeah.
That's great defense there by number
Nice
99,
feed by, oh
Veronica
yeah, nice feed by
Kostelekis
K-Spot.
of
So
Gridlock.
I'll be dropping some fun facts today about our Gridlock players. First fun fact about K-Spot, she actually supports herself by playing online poker.
Ooh.
So she's been working at that for, I think, the past 2 months, and it seems like it's been going well. Oh, this one's so embarrassing. I do a terrible job reading the desk.
Izzy McKenna on that shot there.
No, Amy, what were you thinking when you were running after that disc?
Um, I mean, I I didn't really think I had a shot at it, and then after it fell to the ground, I heard the crowd go, "Ooh, like I should have bid for it," and I was like, "It wasn't actually that close."
Yeah. Were you running after
Solid
the
leader
same
with the
thing I was
disc.
running after?
But yeah, I realized pretty early on that I had misread that. Well, not early enough, apparently. I hate that break throw so much. That
Yeah.
OI
Good
break,
things happen on the breakthrough. Yeah, break side.
Jesse Jones
it
with
like
the
it
straight
doesn't make
zone over
sense to me, but it
Tetris.
seems to work and it looks so cool.
The
I
outside
feel like
into
you
the
all have
inside
those.
Sarah
space.
Dieter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel
we
like I've
have coined that throw. We call it the POW, mostly because Ashley Powell, who unfortunately had to miss this game, um, sadly, but she throws that throw a lot, and then we all started practicing it, and now we just call it the POW. But
do you have fun names for everything. I've got the sandwich, the ham sandwich, the PUL. I'm
Yeah,
sure
I mean,
some
how
other.
else are you gonna remember all these frisbee terms if not for these names?
Yeah, maybe I'll work on that throw next. I feel like that or the left two where they got like the same
Yeah, definitely getting
trajectory,
a lot of
but
touches there. Again, especially by the red
PUL
zone.
might be better.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be keeping an eye out for that.
I remember we were having a lot of struggles with our pulls this game. I think the wind was just a little swirly. And I mean, Lindsay McKenna is a great puller on your team.
That's
And on
Anna
our team,
Kingsley
we
on the
were
D
just,
there.
yeah, really working hard to um, get it us, 3/4 of the way down the field. It was really hard.
Yeah, Lindsay's got a cannon. Fun fact about Lindsay, she got slimed on Nickelodeon when she was a kid. Uh,
her her moment of fame.
yeah, but actually, no,
Oh,
like watching back some of the PUL games, the poles, I realized the PUL field is longer, so like compared to the USAU field,
yeah.
sometimes that's why the poles don't look as great. But I
Stacy
mean,
Botto
when it's not floating,
catches
and you
that
can
under a little bit
tell
of
the
pressure.
difference. But yeah, the field's also longer in PUL. Oh, we got so
Oh,
many
I
catches.
remember this
Maybe
game.
maybe not the intended
So
target,
many
but
second
definitely a good
attempts
heads-up
that
play
you
to
all had.
remain in
Yeah, we were
possession.
like 10 out of 10 on second attempts.
Oh,
There you go.
it was one of those things where like we were so certain we had just gotten a D, and then somehow, I mean, that's ridiculous.
I love that it bounced off her face. I feel like
I as
Sarah,
soon as
yeah.
Cassie caught this, I
There
was
goes
like,
the
oh,
shot.
she's gonna huck it to Linda.
Just
And
wide.
I
Finds that
tried
nice
to
little
drop to
Is
try
that
to
you
help
two
out,
again
but
trying to
no,
figure
it's just
out
clean offense right
no,
there.
it's the same. Yep. And I'm pretty sure, spoiler alert, it's might may or
And New
may not
York with the
happen
pull.
again.
Or, sorry, Raleigh with the
I
pull.
think Linda scores like 10 times this game, so there's a good chance.
Finds Jesse Jones.
So I also remember the announcer this day. She could not get our names right. So Jesse Jones's name that day was Jesse Josie Jones. So anytime she gets the frisbee, we were all like, "Yes, Josie Jones with the frisbee."
Was this the on-field
Nice
announcer
inside break throw there.
or the commentators? Ooh, that was close.
Just into the hands
I think it was
of the
just a
receiving
commentator. Someone had a
Canadians.
mic over by the stands.
Oh, God. Oh, wait, what was
Jesse
Lindsay's
Jones to
thing?
pick up.
She would.
If anyone's gonna pick up the disc on the coffin corner, it should be Jessie. She, yeah,
Oh,
really
this
can
one's rough.
capitalize on any throwing.
Yeah, this one you just jam it up the open side the entire time.
Yes, jam it up the jam hole. That's what we want.
And that just turns into all four-side offense there for
That's actually a really
Raleigh as they
great
walk it into the
throw
end zone.
by Judy, who we call Juicy on our team. So it was a juicy throw. I mean, perfectly outside in to space to Lyra. Her defender really had no chance at getting that disc. It's really impressive. I mean, it's
I
a
feel like
small window, but yeah, it was great.
yeah, if you have to throw, I feel like y'all did a really good job of beating us up line all game.
But
What
once
did
like you
you
said,
Was
think?
this your fault?
starting out right
Yeah,
now,
there
both
I am.
teams more or less just trading
That.
blows offensively. We've had a few opportunities to get an
What were
early
you
game break.
thinking, since this is the second time we saw each other, but
Offense has
was
stalled
there
pretty
anything
strongly.
specific that you tried to make an adjustment on or
New
anything
York
like
eating up a
that?
lot of yards here.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, this happens again. I just I just don't understand.
Wow.
oh, it makes me so happy. I think Sarah's involved in every single one of the trash pickups, either tipping it or catching the trash. Cassie. But yeah, the win, like you mentioned, was kind of weird. A lot of
And Sarah
discs
Johnson
just
making the effort on the
popped up at
first
random
try.
times.
Little contested. And Linda Morris just
That
comes
looked
in from the
super
line
athletic
Yeah,
and
that's
side,
super
wild.
makes that second,
at the same time.
essentially third
Yeah,
effort
I
grab.
I go back and forth on whether like do you think people
Absolutely.
can be particularly
Like we mentioned
good
already,
at
there's a
second
slight
attempts?
breeze
Like
going on
people who
right
are
here
just like
outfield. Um, do
good
you
at
expect to
bobbling
I
see
it and
potentially
then
any
staying
defensive
focused enough to
looks,
catch it?
any zone or junk looks, maybe
Yeah,
from
I
Raleigh
think you have to
to
be somewhat
stop up
coordinated
some of
and
those New York offensive
not
pull
freak out
plays
under
that
pressure.
we're seeing?
Yeah,
But back
I
to
just feel
your
like
question. Oh, go ahead.
anytime I bobble it, it's all over. There's no second attempt. It's just it's just done for.
I caught this so far in the shower the other day after I dropped it. So I feel like I've been pretty good at hitting
Wow.
bobbles.
So
Ah,
This is
wow.
actually good. Okay. How pissed do
Lindsay
you think everyone was?
Sue!
phenomenal
How
grab.
pissed do you think everyone was that she wasn't in the end zone?
I don't
Finds
know.
Katie
I feel
Backus
like
with
if
a
I were
score
the ref in this case,
off
I
of an
would have just I called
exceptional
it in for cool points.
huck
I mean,
from Jesse Jones.
yeah,
True.
that huck was probably 70 yards because yeah, the field is longer.
Again, that's
Yeah.
Lindsay Sue
Plus
coming in
everyone
with
is
that
so far
grab.
away. I
Rolled
mean, at this
just
point,
out of
the defense
bounds,
is
or
like,
just out of the end zone by the
no thanks.
observer.
Oh, did you see the
Finds a
observer's
wide open
microphone fall?
receiver in the end
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah, you got one gridlock person walking, no other gridlock people in sight.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where you're like, okay, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, there's another pull. I feel like your pulls are pretty good.
I've had a lot of help on them. Eric Taylor, one of the players on Flyers and Ring.
I should
Oh,
have called a foul.
finally! If Linda had picked that up, I probably would have started crying.
Again, Raleigh just
That would
getting
have been like
familiar with the
3 out of 4
height
goals
that their
trash
roster
pickups.
has, making sure that they're
Yeah,
swarming under those
yeah.
discs as they
But
find the
anyway,
discs.
yeah,
So that's
Eric
good.
Taylor on
And
Flyers and Ring has helped
exactly
me
like
a
you
lot
said,
with my pulling.
New York unable to come down with the second
Still a work in
attempt.
progress, but
What has
it'll get
he
there.
said specifically to help you?
A lot of it is I tend to pull up my chest when I throw, so
Sabato finds
then
Johnson again.
there's less momentum and
Looking
torque
for
force
an
that's going
option.
into the disc itself.
Oh,
Oh
you
wow, what
said
a
torque.
great D.
I thought you said
Torque,
torque force.
torque. Yeah, you gotta get that torque when you pull.
Got it. But yeah, it was a nice D.
Fun, yeah. Oh, Cassie, that was a
Cassie's
good
got
D.
like eyes in the back of her head.
Yeah.
Finds Sabato on the break side.
Oh, hey, we're matched up on each other.
Oh, this is not gonna go well for me.
Fun fact about Cassie Wong, she is who wins Jayla, you wanna answer this one? I feel like we
Who
have the proof
wins?
right here.
Oh, as in I would get smoked.
Absolutely. We
No,
see
I
a
mean
nice double,
we
triple
actually had a
move
Zoom call with my
by
friend
Cassie to
yesterday
create
where we
separation,
just
get
talked
that
about matchups, and
exceptional
it
pull,
ended
like you
up
said.
that whoever was on offense
Finds
won.
herself
So
wide open in the end
I
zone.
think if I'm on offense,
Mm,
I have this one. But
yeah, so it all depends on the flip.
yeah, 50-50 of who wins. But sorry, back to the fun
Jones
fact
should come
about
out with a
Cassie.
roller.
She is known as the dumpling queen of
Not
Lower
sure if they were
Manhattan.
hoping to get that more to the
She got
sideline.
that
What does
title
that
by
even mean?
eating.
The traditional pulls definitely were
She
working for
ate,
her
I
from the
think it was
start, at
50
least.
dumplings in half an hour in Chinatown. So
Oh
we
my
call her the dumpling.
gosh.
Yeah, isn't that insane?
But like, how big were the dumplings though?
You have to ask her. Y'all are working it up this side all the time. Oh, no, you're fine. Ugh, so good.
New York
Do you know why
definitely
Anne
putting
wears
on some
the
pressure there.
bandana? I've noticed she wears that a lot.
A
Is it
lot
like
of
a
those
style thing? Is
grabs
there functionality
by the
to
Raleigh
it?
receivers. Definitely a little
Yeah, a little bit
contested.
of both.
New York player definitely on their back as
So
that makes a good
we,
cut.
as a team on Phoenix,
I
wore
feel
those
like we're going to
bandanas a
keep
lot.
seeing that intensity rise as the
Um,
game goes on.
and I think hers is embroidered. So I think it's just like a little bit of sentimental value. It looks fly. It flows in the wind when she smokes everyone. But
I have
yeah,
so
was
much
it really
respect.
hard for you all as a team since you all have to, I mean, there's so many players from all over the place.
Um, yeah. So we had quite a few commuters. I think like the Philly and the Albany people had it worse. Um, we had
I
Wednesday
believe there's a
night
down on the field
practices,
tonight
so
on the
sometimes the
corner
Philly
player.
people would leave work
Looking at
at
the
like
ratings out
I don't want
Lindenmoss.
to say maybe two or maybe two's early, like three or
So we have a
four
contested
in the
foul ball.
afternoon, drive several hours, have practice, and then drive back. So yeah, it was pretty
Jeez.
rough
And
for the
Sarah Johnson
commuters,
right
but
back to Linda
I
Morse.
feel like chemistry wise, it wasn't too hard. We got along pretty well and on the field and off the field, so it was pretty smooth.
Oh,
And that's going to
one thing
be
I
our
loved
first
about the
timeout of the
PUL was
game
that we could call
taken by
timeouts
Raleigh.
during a point,
And
and
they see at
then
this
we can
point
make
here, taking
subs.
that timeout, making the
Every
first
time I heard the
full
whistle blow,
switch.
when we switch
So here's the
possessions
Jones
or
brings
like
the disc up,
1D
finds
switch to O or whatever, I was like, yes, this is great.
oh wow.
Were you more excited
Oh,
getting
wow.
subbed off?
Um, I guess I would be more excited when I got subbed on, or if I got to stay. So in this case, I got to stay,
And
Yeah,
so we'll see here's Ann Worth.
that's
Gets
yeah,
just
getting
because,
subbed off.
yeah, who wouldn't want to play more frisbee?
really strong power
I
position.
agree.
Just puts out a
Wait,
beautiful
we
Although
tried to.
unless it's like the end of the game and
finds
I feel
Mackenzie
pretty
for the
crampy,
goal.
then I'm like, oh
Picks
no,
up a
now I
rebound.
have to go play some frisbee.
Amy Zhou coming from the backside,
I
tries
think
to
he
help
definitely
her
cramped up
her
this
teammate
game.
there defensively, but just unable to get around the frame of Lisa P.
Classic.
Yeah,
It's too
classic.
hot. That's what it is.
I'm pretty sure I drank Gatorade out of your team's cooler like several times by accident.
Well,
It was
so
just,
now we know
it was
what
brutal.
made you run
Yeah.
so fast. Gosh, I remember playing with Tulsa in Australia. She is just such a versatile player. Like she's got great throws, but if you wanted to put her downfield, okay, I'm gonna say that, and then she's gonna throw a turnover.
And
So
was able to get around with that.
throw in the fun fact about
And that's
Tulsa.
exactly what we were looking at earlier, wondering when Raleigh would pull
Tulsa
out
fun
that
fact.
downfield
So you might not expect
and
this
mess up
because
some of those
Tulsa
set
is
plays
such
that
a
New York was
wholesome
running so
and
efficiently.
self-respecting person. But last year she lost odds. And he had to lick the sidewalk in New York City.
Oh no. Oh, that's sad. That's really horrible.
Savannah Irwin coming from
What
her
were the
position
odds
as a
out of?
receiver.
Oh man, I think
Finds
she only said
Prado with
10
the
or
disc.
something. So
Dawn Colton on the
yeah,
mark.
Oh
sometimes
well, that's
you
her
just
own fault then.
yeah, sometimes Tulsa does things that you just don't expect.
Yeah, like roof people, even though she's a handler.
Yeah.
My favorite quote, I don't know what game it was, but one commentator at one point was one of our handlers had cut deep or something, and some commentator was like, "See, handlers can go deep too." So now I'm like, anytime a handler goes downfield, I'm like, "See, a handler can
Just a
do
little
that
too much edge
too."
on that throw. Comes in a little too hot for a receiver to come down with. And just like that, Raleigh's back on the move.
Oh wow, good find.
And that's Georgia
This
second.
throw,
The
that's
great
buttery.
leading pass to her receiver,
Yeah.
Simone
It's
Whale.
sat real nice.
I should. I should have asked her before this whether she meant to throw it like just to space where, yeah,
Raleigh
just so
displaying a little bit of
perfectly.
back and
I
forth
feel like a
confusion
lot of
there as their stack
moments of genius
syncs
are like,
himself.
I totally didn't mean to do that, but I'm sure she 100% calculated that and was, yeah, for certain.
Yeah.
Here's the
I feel
throw.
like she jumped herself
Easy
out
right
of
on the
that
end
one.
zone line. Ruled not in by the
Oh,
returner.
Dang,
And on that
I told you she
reset,
had
that's
items
unfortunate.
back.
unable to get the disc
Yeah.
past Cassie Wong.
Wow. This first quarter, it was so close. I mean, score wise and on the field, I feel like we felt a lot of pressure on offense. And every time we got the disc on D, it was like, okay, this is our only chance.
I honestly don't remember much about this game besides like the last 2 points, but I'm sure we felt. Ugh, that was tough. That was close.
Yeah.
God, they're scoring over already. Huh?
Wow. 4-5 after the first quarter, that is really stressful.
Absolutely. So the score right now.
Got a question. Did the bandana come from Pleiades?
Uh, I feel like
You don't
Rebecca
know?
just the troll question because she has played every year on Pleiades except for Anne's fifth year with her. Um, so I'm gonna take a wild guess and say yes, they came from Pleiades. Thanks, Rebecca, for that question.
Finds Christine Book out there.
Oh, very nice.
You had really, really good handler movement all game. When oh, this is a hard
Now pump
question.
fakes it inside.
Um, Jay, do you have an answer?
I feel like we should say, Lindsay, thank you so much for your question. This is not the time to fill out a feedback survey for the PUL. Okay, we already did that. Oh, great D, Lindsay Sue.
And instead of talking about the D, I'm going to answer the question. I
Okay.
like
Absolutely. And that's both her
I like
marks
a
coming
lot of
again in that
PUL
reset
rules.
space.
The one that I'm
Clearly
iffy about
aware of
is
what her
the foul
mark is looking to do.
rule with we go by
Ready
whiff diff
for it.
foul calls, right? And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's a little bit I don't want to say soft, that's not
Uncharacteristic
the right
drop by
word, but
Fagan. Normally
some like
really
I
sure
think there are a lot more
hands.
fouls in whiff
Great
diff that wouldn't
downfield
be fouls
option
in
for Raleigh
USAU.
here.
I feel like it's almost impossible to get a clean D with whiff diff rules.
I see
Sometimes
what you're saying.
Day Seuss with a great
it's just
around.
a lot harder.
New York really working that break
Yeah.
side here.
I one aspect. Oh, Lindsay Sue, another D. Okay, as
Sorry,
a
that's not the
reward for
rules.
that, I will also answer her question. Um,
I feel like she
yeah,
must
I
have
feel
heard
like the
something
whiff diff
about her
foul rule,
reset
that
defense
is
and
definitely
decided to
really
show
tough. It
us
is really hard to
what
get a
she can do
clean D
downfield as well.
under those rules. I do like the whiff diff where you can like stop making a play if you think that it's going to be dangerous, and then that way you can avoid contact. Um,
Yeah.
De
Oh,
Jesus with the block.
so Jenny, who just got that D, is legit wearing a fleece. It's 95 degrees and she's wearing. Fun fact, well, not so fun fact about Jenny. She doesn't eat yellow foods. She like hates all yellow foods. Don't really know how we're still friends.
yeah, there are so many good foods that are yellow. So for eggs, for example, would she not eat the yolk of the egg?
Just doesn't like eggs.
Okay, that's the wrong opinion.
I don't understand either.
Oh wow,
So yep.
that's a good
Why can't
future
you?
throw
Inbounds
right
being
to the
cleared
break side.
out the end zone.
Yeah. Oh, and she
But
gets the goal.
New York able to capitalize.
Wow, so this is a break.
Veronica Calig-Spolaris
Back on serve,
and
I think.
Luisa Neves in the end zone for the goal.
I think the
I feel like
commentator
that's
may
one big difference. May have what?
I think the commentator made fun of
Rarely
Case
say
Pop for
this, but
wearing sunglasses,
looks
but
like
it
sunglasses
definitely
in
paid
this
off.
situation really
Oh,
paid off.
yeah,
I'm not I'm not normally the
yeah.
biggest fan.
I was just saying that that's definitely like one of the biggest of like playing in the PUL is that, in regular
First
tournaments or in
Winston
a
again
regular
with the
game,
goal,
if you're up
gets the
one
distribute
break
into the
or if you're
back of
up
the
two
end zone
breaks,
for
it kind of
Raleigh.
feels, your team might feel more comfortable with that. But in the PUL, because the games are so high scoring and the point fast based on the timing, it's just like it's almost like never enough. Like you down a few breaks, or you could be up a few breaks, and still anything could happen in the game,
Yeah,
which is
I've
was really stressful to play under.
I've been working on not freaking out over the uncontrollables and trying to take it one point at a time and not worrying about the score. But I do have to say it was a lot easier not
Mm.
to worry in this format.
Yeah, definitely seeing both teams starting to settle into their defensive game plans.
And Gridlock using this three-person handler set from Radiance to have the offside defender poach off a little bit
Yeah,
into the
wow.
lane. But it's no match release McCaffrey, and Jenny Way
Too
Finds
good.
Emma
Oh, thank
Peasley.
goodness.
Jenny Way finding Emma Peasley for the goal. Some really great patience there by Raleigh.
I
Squeezing
really
this
enjoyed
back and
playing with
forth
Lisa
between their
P
handlers.
this season.
Lisa P finds
I
herself
feel
in a
like we
great
started building
power
some good
position
chemistry at the
opportunity.
end.
Takes a great shot to get the disc to Jenny
Did
Way.
you,
Gets in front of her
was this
defender.
the first
And then
season that
immediately
you
has
had
a
played with her?
streaming
Like, did
Emma
you have any
Peasley following
experience
up
playing with her before this season?
for the goal.
Yeah, this
Emma
was.
Peasley
Yeah,
able to track
yeah.
that down without any sunglasses.
And she was able to fit right into our team. She was a huge part of um, our team's culture and just,
Both individually
she was a huge
as
presence on the
well in
field.
terms of their
Yeah,
ultimate
it was
careers
awesome to
and the
see
history there.
her, just jump right in. And yeah, it was awesome to have
ball
her.
from Raleigh to Gridlock goes up.
Yeah.
Centered in the
I
middle of
have
the
so much
field.
respect for people who catch the pole.
Yeah.
Into Morse.
I'm so glad colors don't have to catch the pole for the most part.
Looking for a reset from Tulsa Douglas.
The next level pole catching, one of my teammates does this, Jin
Gridlock
Yoon on our team.
continuing down the
She
field.
Yes.
will count
Picked up.
down her catch. So she will be like, pole coming in
Striker
3,
surveying the
2,
field.
1,
Gets it
and
towards
then
the
she'll catch
middle.
the pole. It's a big, big talent.
Is that for the rest of the team, or is it
Giving
for
Tulsa Douglas
herself
a little
to
bit of a
focus and not think about dropping the pole?
little bit of a tough matchup downfield, but she gets this
I don't
one.
know. I feel like it's for the rest
Goes
of the
for an
team. I don't.
inside
I
break
don't
to
think it's
Cassie
a.
Long for the goal.
Oh, that's a good
Gorgeous,
inside
gorgeous.
throw.
High release
You know,
inside
it'd be really
break
funny if you yelled out
to Cassie Long
like
for
a
the hold.
category and she had to list off things in that category as she was
I
saying
can't help but feel like that's a smart
level.
defensive adjustment.
Yeah, exactly.
Putting Simone Tulsa
But maybe
as a
that'll
Yeah,
put
goalkeeper.
enough.
Simone with
That's like
Rings to her
good
mark.
thing to do at practice,
Tulsa's
so that
really
in
been
big
working
games
this
when you have
well
to
for the
catch the
evening,
pole, then you're like
facilitating both on the
ready.
foreside and the break side
yeah.
with her throws almost at will.
Tulsa has the
So
smoothest inside break.
Absolutely.
I love
Tulsa
it.
Douglas just one of the most consistent
Yeah.
players on this field. I've never
Yeah, her arm is so long. I bet it's like
so Hannah,
so
you yourself
smooth.
have an incredible history as a
Yeah, that's the
player.
only reason
You've been
she could
playing
throw
for
that.
number of years. You know a lot of the players that are out on the field right now, as well as a lot of the players that we'll see later this evening in our other semifinal matchup.
absolutely.
A lot of big names that we've been talking about so far in this game. Who would you say are
I
probably
love playing
some of the
zone
big names that
defense.
maybe haven't had the best impact yet, but
Yeah.
we're just going to wait for that moment to come out and start making some plays?
Yeah, absolutely. I think
Are you typically up front in a zone defense or more,
Wake out and Lauren Woods for the
backfield, middle
Gridlock have been
wing
having
type?
themselves quite a season.
Well, you can get you
Lauren
could see me
Woods being
getting
able
turned
to make
around
some
all over
incredible
in the
defensive
middle right
plays,
here.
as well as
Oh,
Uh,
there you are.
deep cutting force
I just got like
from
3
the team,
passes
as well as
threaded
you see
right
her
through
out on
me.
the field. Amy
It's tough when
Zhou,
the disc
someone
is moving
that
so
gets
quickly.
some attention, but is just
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
an incredible
Oh,
player.
they just
Really
called you
supportive
out. They
for
name
Gridlock.
dropped you.
Um, one of my favorite defenders to watch. Just so smart, so quick. Um, makes
You're so
incredible
smart, so
block
quick.
plays. Super fun to watch.
She's still talking.
Another one for Raleigh.
She's
Radiance
talking
from
about you.
Fagan who just dished that frisbee to Jesse Jones. Wow, who puts up
Oh my god, if she caught that,
incredible
it would be so
defense.
exciting.
Oh,
Couldn't quite come down with
It's
it.
so hard.
Remember Fagan playing
that's
for UNC
visionary.
Pleiades in the college season with her
There were a lot of
teammate
But
boys this
really,
game.
if it
Like,
doesn't
Just
work out,
phenomenal.
it's just ambitious.
An incredible season with the Radiance, really making a name for
So
themselves.
it could really be the same
Here
throw.
we
If it's
see
completed,
number
it's
22
visionary. And then
Edwards
if it,
going deep,
see, that was visionary.
getting down with it.
But if it didn't get
Just having so much
completed, it would have been
conviction.
just, it would have just
That
been
was Lisa
ambitious.
Neves with the throw. New York looking like they're off to the races here as they get the disc near the red zone.
Amy Zhou alone. Radiance can't quite find the mark. Here comes Fagan.
Amy, do you have an answer to
Gridlock being
oh
patient,
my
finding
Joe
favorite.
Mama
Edwards for the
Ultimate?
goal.
Um,
That is a break for New York.
yeah, that's a hard question. I want to name all of them because
And right on
none of
time,
them
Lauren Woods
are
comes through right as
players
we
that I normally
Yeah,
play with.
none of them were
Lauren Woods
local.
is an incredible player for Gridlock, catching that break. Also playing some incredible defense on that point.
I mean, since Stasi's on the screen,
Like you said, much needed
I
break for New
had
York.
played
Puts
against
them back
Stasi,
on top, or rather back on serve
when
as
Piano
they
played
started the
Ben
game on
several
offense.
times, but I didn't get to know her until Gridlock. Oh my
7-6.
god, look at Elwood getting
New
so hyped.
York over Raleigh.
I didn't get to play with Stasi until Gridlock, and I just love quick give and goes and her disc movement. We're usually on the same page about
The pull going up from Gridlock
silly
for
throws,
Raleigh.
so it's always fun to play with Stasi.
Olsen fielding near the sideline to Jesse Jones.
Excellent up.
Fun fact about Stasi, her step uncle is the head penguinologist at the Bronx
the
Zoo.
whole length of the field here on the downwind possession.
Isn't that awesome?
Penguinologist?
Traffic all the way around
Yeah.
to Jenny Way up to Fagan. Jesse Jones trying to find the reset
Gosh.
from Fagan. A gorgeous.
Oh,
So
wow.
many of them,
Great throw.
Field.
yeah, so many of them look. Oh yeah.
Oh,
And that dump come from Jesse Jones.
let's see, one of my favorite players.
What we love to
So
see from
one good thing about
handlers
Radiance
is a
was that
reset
there
catch,
were a lot of
uses the
players
outside
on our
shoulder
team who
to
played together on
stray
Phoenix.
away from her defender.
And I've already talked about Lisa P, but someone
On
I
the outside
really
shoulder.
enjoyed playing
This
with
field
this
that
year
shoots into
was,
Lear Olsen.
oh, wow,
A near half field
great catch,
from Lisa
great throw.
to Lear Olsen for the goal.
But was
Kaylee's
Sarah Dieter. She
very well known for.
Puts
Puts up a
has
beautiful
played on
goal
Phoenix in the
down to Lear
past
Olsen
and, you know,
on the
has
right
since
side.
moved on from that.
Don't
But
wanna
she's
undershadow
really
Antwerp.
fun to play with. She's so
Possession
smart.
saving
She's
grab
so
there.
consistent.
Right before she feeds the disc to Lisa Becaithley, puts up just an absolute buttery toss to Lyra Olsen.
I actually played with
that
Lyra
down
in the
the
Metro
stride.
East way back when.
Oh, that's right.
Great distances to support their team.
I think I've known Lyra the longest out of anyone on this field.
Anyway, puts up a pull.
Yeah.
Tulsa Douglas Fields out to Tucker.
Wow. Even deep into the second half.
She can't
Yeah.
quite find her.
Stressful game for sure.
Resetting opposite side of the field.
Definitely coming down in that junkie look like you were calling there, Hannah. I think you have an inside track to the mind of the coaches.
I don't know
to see
what
play
kind
calling
of
we'll
offense
see.
we're running here.
Absolutely.
Everyone's looking around the ball.
Honestly, I'm trying to think about the type of defense we're running, and yeah, it's I don't really remember that either.
Really opening up
Oh,
there.
great catch.
Ugh.
Looks like Raleigh kind of falling out of that junk now, getting back into that person matchup.
Wow.
Sabato tries to put one up.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Douglas for the goal, but she can't quite get it. Jenny Way to pick up for
Would you
Raleigh.
say that
Wind.
your team's
And it looked like just with the slight breeze that we have,
O-line
on the
on
edge of that disc, really
offense
taking
is
down.
very different than your
Let her sprint
defense's
under it, and
offense?
we have Raleigh working the disc.
Yeah, for sure.
um,
O-line, well, I'm not going to tell you what we ran, but let's just say O-line was, we ran different offenses. And I think it had to do with the person on each line. And I mean, in general, I feel like D-line offense is kind of do what works, right?
Kaylee to
Yeah.
Worth.
What about you?
Kaylee and Worth going every other
We had the same
goodbye the
pull
dub and
plays and
returning to
sets on
Worth's
OND,
acceleration.
but yeah, I would say the
Looks like a
mentality is
smashy
definitely different.
left-handed backhand to Anworth to the break side.
We're definitely a little more aggressive on defense. Um,
Radiance just really working their throw and
Such
goes,
a good G.
keeping it on
You're
the
more
right
aggressive on
side.
defense too.
And it looks like we don't have a call from the
Gosh, you
field
hate to
here.
see it that you're,
Early
on the end
defensive
zone line
stop
and
by
yeah.
New York.
Douglas up to LP. Douglas in the middle.
Tulsa has such a good backhand fake, but she rarely ever
Nike
throws
spot
it.
in the
And so
middle.
many times I get so excited and then she doesn't
Cassie
throw it.
Wong puts up a beautiful bladed reverse
Cassie, on the other hand, will just launch it to Linda
for the gridlock goal.
again.
Of course. Have they
That
played
was
together
New York
before
LP.
this season?
I doubt it. No, I don't think so.
Both teams finding a lot of
Yeah,
I mean,
success
that's
it's
with
not hard
amazing. I mean,
to
some
the
people
reception of
just, yeah,
blades
have instant
on this
Absolutely.
downwind side.
chemistry. Like, you know the type of player they are, and yeah, you just
Gorgeous throw from Cassie
have
Wong.
that trust for them.
Again, a lot of these shots that we're seeing definitely not coming from a standstill position for a lot of these
Yeah.
throwers.
I mean,
Did y'all
all
just
three
Again, the
defenders
game's
were
in motion,
trailing on that.
and those receivers are just timing the
did you
cuts
like talk
perfectly to
about
catch those
maybe
distant
guarding
strides.
Linda
So,
eventually?
good fundamental
Of
offense
what?
in that respect.
Did you
With
talk
Ryan
about
there getting them
guarding
ready to
Linda
come down
eventually, or
defensively. Izzy Bryant,
Did
one of
our
the
team?
assistant coaches for the
yeah?
college ultimate
I
game
think
that
she's
actually
been
took
pretty open
Yeah,
on
place
a lot of
we
also here in
stuff.
definitely.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I remember Eddie coming up to me
Absolutely,
at
and
one
that
point
game
and
has
was
been a
like,
huge success.
Joey, from now on, I don't want her to touch
Recently
the disc.
leading
And I was like,
a
yes, sir.
report on SportsCenter, as well as just putting together a really, truly
I'll try my
intimate
best.
event. All players of color playing in Atlanta for an exhibition game.
Oh, wow.
Just a
Lindsay
special
Sue
night.
just going up
Something that the
line.
sport desperately needed
Those
moving
offline
to
cuts killing us.
Absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't
Yeah.
agree more. The game was definitely filled with highlight after highlight play. And much like you said,
And
found
again,
itself
yeah, a lot of
in the
props
SportsCenter
go to
top
the
10, which
thrower
is always
too. I mean,
exciting
that's
to
a
see,
small
especially
window
for
to lead her to
such a momentous
space.
game, both
So
for
that's what we would
our
call
sport and then
visionary.
also for our community as a
Oh,
whole.
yeah, that's nice.
That open side throw
And you see
visionary.
there on the replay,
Visionary.
Whitmare finding Lindsay Sue for the goal as Raleigh responds with a clean offensive
Oh,
hold.
with the nice
from what I could tell
spike
doing
at the end.
research, the first professional sport league to have equity and diversity and inclusion in their mission statement as something that they
Elizabeth Parker was
prioritize.
the one who pulled that. She has
Something that
really
they are
good
dedicated to making.
distance and airtime on our
We'll talk
pulls.
more about
So
that
really
as
awesome
Yeah,
to
the
watch.
game
Pretty
moves
much
on.
whenever we're on the same D line, I'm like, okay, yeah, you should definitely
Absolutely.
pull this.
Gridlock with the disc in the middle of the field, resetting to Douglas.
Wow, that was an amazing
Finding Cassie
small window
Wong.
throw.
Up to number 88, Nikki Hare. Big reset to Cassie Wong.
Nikki Hare. Fun fact about Nikki: she has more followers on Instagram
Up top to
than
Sabato.
Carlton from Love Is
Sabato
Blind.
Oh,
finding Tucker.
Ah, that's another one of those
Obviously,
that
situations
first
where
grab
it
might have
goes
been in.
through, 2 or 3 people, and then you think we had
Taylor
earned
just
that
likes to throw the
turnover,
assist,
and
it
then
seems.
Absolutely. It
at the
jumps out
very
to
end, you
ensure
pick it up.
Yeah, I guess
that that one
that's like
counts.
4 lucky-ish
Let's
catches
take a
for
look
us
here at
now.
this replay. You at home, you can decide if she was in or not.
Yeah. And just for the record, that's like 0 lucky catches for us. So,
I think we could say
Honestly,
that that was
when
initially in, but
when
again,
we
like we
lost
said,
at the
Tucker
end of
really
this,
likes
I
to
was
take that
obviously
assist.
sad, but I was also
Izzy
like,
Sabato with a visionary
we
throw
got like
between
so
the
many
lines,
seconds
just
left.
fine.
Absolutely.
Can't be mad.
Gridlock set to pull. Looking
I
very
really like
organized. Great
the
defense
the
coming down on this
like the buzzer beater
home.
aspect of the timed
Lindsay
games
McKenna
in the
with another
PUL. That's
massive
always
pull for New
really
York.
fun.
Those pulls have definitely been incredibly consistent and definitely
For
helping the
halftime, it's
defense
just
come down with
possession,
the
right?
pressure.
Absolutely.
Even that is
Anworth
fun though.
clearing for Lindsay Sue, and she immediately goes deep,
yeah.
but she can't find her. Anworth with the disc. Finding Jesse Jones for the reset.
Wow, this is just some quality patient offense. Dump
Real
sets save
patient.
lives.
Finding Murphy. Looks like a stoppage.
That could be
We
in
love our
rotation.
dump sets.
Unsure of this call. Believe it might be a timeout call.
You have a strategy to just like push the
The
cutters
observers.
back and let the handlers do their thing?
Turnovers after the clock has stopped.
That would be a good one, actually.
Jesse
Oh
Jones
shit! I
tapping
just
in.
gave you an idea.
Can't find anybody downfield, so he's gonna resets.
Yeah, we're gonna implement that, and then I'm
Speaking
gonna
almost the
give
end of
all
the
the
quarter,
credit to
but
you
Raleigh will
for
play out the
coming up with
possession.
it. But
Let's see if they can punch it in for an advantage.
Jesse Jones gets a disc up to Lindsay Sue.
what's your personal philosophy on the backhand to the open side?
Looking again to reset for Jesse
I
Jones.
don't
Back
like.
to the flick
Getting
open
open
side.
on her
I
resets.
don't like it.
Jesse Jones used
You
to
don't
be
like it.
on those strike cuts, really
No,
putting herself in a strike power position regularly.
I mean, I feel like if you're
Absolutely.
really
Leading the
good,
way
that's
to
fine.
Lindsay
But I
Sue.
see a lot of
Fourth
beginners
goal.
do that
And
instead of
that is
learning to
a
do
vital
a better flick or a
last
lefty
score of
backhand.
the first
I think
half
you have
to
to.
bring the game back
Yeah,
to
I
nine
don't know.
points.
What do you think?
Absolutely. What an exciting game. We're tied at 9.
I'm definitely a fan. Oh, are we guarding each other again?
A great way
Yeah,
to
you broke
Oh,
me.
nice.
your ultimate weekend.
And again, just watch the replay there.
Wow.
Both an incredible throw by
I
Jenny
think the
Wade,
backhand
but
to the open
also
side, I
great
am a
presence
fan of,
mind for Lindsay
especially
Sue
if
to
it's
not
like
only
off the
run
bounce
that
when you're running that dump
fantastic
set,
throw out, but
because it's just like
Oh,
get herself into the
quick.
end zone while doing so.
are you throwing
So many
upfield or
times
are
you
you like
find
doing
yourself
the
as a
dump give
receiver
and
getting
go?
the disc there.
Yeah, the dump give and go, I'm
Mind,
definitely a
just
fan
forcing
of
it
the
extra further. You
backhand
don't
to the
have to.
open side.
Absolutely.
Good
Throwing
awareness
upfield,
by the receiver on
I
that.
feel like if you can throw a flick, you probably should
And
throw a
so,
flick.
as we wrap up the
Because I've definitely gotten
men's
hand
portion
blocked where I'm like,
here,
yes, here we
we're
go.
gonna go ahead
And
and
then
step to a commercial break here.
gets
We'll
wrecked to the
have
Yeah.
open side.
Gridlock and
But it
Raleigh
only has to happen
Radiance.
once, and then you learn
My name is
forever.
Gabe
And you
Bedell.
shouldn't do
Yeah,
that.
With me here is Hannah Leathers.
I feel like when it works, it's
She
fine.
walk us
If
through how that first
someone
half
does it
went
and it
and
doesn't work,
maybe
I'm
what we
gonna be
have in
kind of
store
mad
for the
at
second
you.
half.
Absolutely. Well,
Why
this
didn't you
game is
throw a
sitting
flick
at a
there?
9-9 score, which feels very indicative of what's been happening on the field.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dang,
It
it's tied
feels,
at
it
halftime.
feels like both teams are coming out with some really calm and collected offense, some great resets, and having a little bit of trouble finding their downfield cutters due to both poach sets from Gridlock and Raleigh Radiance. A little bit of junk, a little bit of zone happening. Both teams doing well, marching the disc up the field with patience, but also some really nice defensive prowess coming from both teams to break up those pull plays. So we'll see how that fares in the second half for both teams, who's going to really dial it up, both on defense and on offense.
What's with
Come out
this
with the win in
thing
the
before you
semifinal.
pull it?
Right now we're starting
I
the second
know.
half. The score is
I'm
tied
thinking
up
so
at
hard about it,
1-1.
but
So
it's
it's essentially going to be a
just
blank slate here, but both teams, like you
still
said,
still a work in progress.
those
My
defensive
goal is to get
looks
you to second guess everything
fairly
about your
early on
pull
in
and
the game,
screw it
so it's
up.
going to be interesting to see what happens in the second.
Absolutely. And here we
Yeah.
see
I'm gonna next time I pull, I'm gonna be like, oh, Amy
Radiance
said this,
breaking up
and then
this
I'm
pull play.
it's gonna be
DeSabato,
too
Tucker
much to think about.
continues to Lauren Pionic, Simone Whale,
We got a
Mark,
question. Hi, Jinmi.
full
I
circle
miss you.
list on the far side of the
What
field.
principles OD
Tucker
were
lays
at the
out
center of your
four
2019
possession saving
season?
grab. She continues
Okay,
up
you
fourth
spill your
down
secrets first.
on the low side, looking to break up
Uh,
the high side to open up downfield.
you go first so I can make something up because I don't
Looks
remember.
some big backhand fakes as she's not really talented in the more
Well, our offense was really built a lot of chemistry together. So our offense was very dump sets based, reset the disc. Basically, just that you really don't have to take any looks unless it's,
finding Douglas
you
for
know,
the
a,
score.
a solid
Clear
100% look.
hold for
And
Gridlock.
honestly, our philosophy was that offense
Couple
could just
things
be
that we
so
forgot about
boring.
there.
Like no one would need to watch an
Of course,
offensive point because the
putting on the
possessions could just
boots
be
to
so
get open
clean,
there
so boring.
on that break side
And that
switch.
would be like our
She
team's
gets a miss
goal
over the
is to
tackle
play the
there,
most
but still
boring
able to make the
offense
play.
ever.
DeSabato with
Um,
just an excellent fingertips grab to
and then
seal
our
the deal
team's
once again
defense
for New York.
in general, we like to play a lot
As
of
the
person.
easy
We felt like this
one-two
year
throw to
we've
Tulsa.
had, just incredible athletic
And
talent.
Gridlock
So
ready
we've
to
always
see what
thought
comes
that
next.
for this
Gridlock
season, especially, we would,
very calm and collected in
be
this one.
advantaged with
Pull goes up.
our matchup defense.
Kind of an
Looks like an
offside
offsides.
Unless you're guarding Linda Morse, of course, in which case she will
We'll get
score
into
3 or 4
Yeah, just
some of
times.
those some of those jump looks and
Yeah.
whatnot, and how those are definitely
Oh, were we all
factor
sides on
here.
this?
And we have
I
a
don't
fairly
understand
clear
how people get
the
all
wind
sides
somewhat dying down
on
now.
offense or defense.
Looking at is fairly calm wind for the team, so we'll
I mean,
continue to see
yeah.
some pretty clean ultimate
I
out on
don't.
the
I mean,
field.
in general, I think for us, a lot of it
And
was
in the
just
rules
making
here,
space for our teammates and
there is no
communicating. We
boarding for
worked
an
a
offsides
lot
call, which
on
means that Radiance gets to
like
start
off the
at
disc
half
movement
with the disc
and
on
opening up
offense.
space for our teammates to come in, and then also being loud and
New
letting
York
teammates know when we
probably
wanted to take up
not too
space.
happy with that.
Eileen's
Pulling
gonna
the
kill me
trigger
because I really don't remember
around turn
anything.
93, Becky Widmeyer.
It's a long time ago.
It was.
On the far sideline. Looks like a
Oh,
miscommunication on the
unfortunate.
reset, which gives the disc back to Gridlock. Amy
I
Zhou
remember some of our offensive like
finding the
mottos
downfield.
were like,
Saucy
"Don't be
inside
greedy
break
and don't be a
from Amy
hero."
Zhou.
Lindsay
Like
finding the disc
we just don't
middle.
have to make it that hard. Just don't.
Yep, beautiful around break to Lauren Doyle.
But of course,
Amy Zhou
it
finding
is
the
much
reset.
harder than it looks. Offense
Yeah.
is very
A
hard.
lot of space to work with here. Zhao looking
Oh,
for the goal.
Offense looked pretty easy right
She
there.
goes up and gets it.
wow. All right.
And Amy Zhao, just someone I personally never want to match up on. Just
Amy,
so
good
No, it's so
catch.
much,
you see her there
thanks. No, it's just
left
so much
side
easier when the
on the
disc is
board now.
moving that
Here we see
quickly,
on the replay
especially when it's
Doyle
swinging side to side.
going upfield. Gridlock having a lot of space on this open side. Looking for
I
Amy Zhao.
definitely remember when we were matching up,
If
people would
the
definitely be like, "No, I don't
both
want to guard
teams
Amy."
playing very, very tight
No, no,
defense
you
when it
take
comes
her.
down
No,
to
no,
it.
you take her.
Interested to see what they come down with on offense.
I do believe as well with that break, this is now the biggest separation that we've had
That
in terms of
roller
the
pole.
score. With New
Flick,
York
I
putting
think
up 11
90%
to
of flick
Raleigh's
poles look
9.
silly, but I gotta say K spots
Jones in
look
the
pretty
middle
cool.
finding a very open, looking for a very open Jenny Way. A great pass from Gridlock.
Oh,
For
I
sale.
hate to be that open and then get looked off. Just kidding. It was
Looking for
obviously the
Worth.
right choice.
Great pressure by Lauren Woods on Ann Worth, but she grabs it anyway. Jessie Jones on the far sideline finding Jenny Way.
There's that PUL throw again.
Serving.
That outside in
Hate
to the flick
Finding
break
number
side.
93,
to
Widmeyer.
see it.
Back to
You can throw a
Way.
backhand here.
A beautiful
Oh,
inside break to Colby.
should have thrown a backhand.
Couldn't come down with it.
It would have worked if it was a backhand.
Number 32, Lauren Doyle to pick up. Finding her downfield
So this
cutter.
season, I mostly
Grabs
play
it.
D.
Gridlock
I
going to
love
half field.
playing defense.
Reset to Doyle.
And so on the occasion, that I would play
Passed
O,
around
I,
by Nikki Harrison.
I
Doyle
would
putting
be
it
like, oh
on.
my gosh, I have to rein it in. I definitely
Jenny Way
cannot throw a
in the
turnover.
area.
So then when that
Jenny Way,
turnover happened, I
someone
was like,
that
oh no, never again.
you see her in the deep space.
Do you think
Amazing
having
choice
that
on
mentality of,
putt.
oh, I can't turn it,
Just an
do you think that makes
absolute
you better or
force in
worse
the
on
deep
the field?
space. A great block from Jenny
Um,
Way, who will come in
I think it makes me
field
better.
here.
I think I definitely have to have those expectations for myself
Tries to
and,
drop in
have those
around break
rules
to
because
Zhou
I am a very free
on
and
the
loosey-goosey
sideline.
player. So,
For Colby.
unless I'm like, I
Lindsay
need to stay
serving
disciplined
in the
and,
middle.
take easy looks or whatever, yeah, I'm going to see, someone streaking deep and
Almost
I'm
a
like,
foul
this
there
is a
on
great idea.
her defender.
Sue finding Jones. Lisa Caithley going
But
deep
really, Jesse
to
should be the one
score.
making those throws because look at that. I mean, it's just
And Lisa
Oh,
beautiful.
Caithley
so I love when
And
people
Gridlock
I,
catch the
goes
on their way
up.
down. It looks so
didn't even
cool.
say
yeah,
anything.
I was just thinking that when she went up for that
That is
the
as
first
good
time
as
I
getting
saw that, I was like,
anything.
oh, she went up way too
If
early.
anything.
But
That's it if
yeah,
it's anything.
I mean, Jessie Jones in a power position with Lisa Becaithley
that's
going
for
deep.
the record,
I
that's
feel like if that
Josie
throw doesn't
Jones who
go up,
made that throw.
something terribly, terribly wrong has happened on the field.
And Lisa Caithley just reading that power position from Jessie Jones beautifully, timing her cut right as she receives the disc because she's shallow enough.
One thing I
Defenders
specifically
as well.
remember about this game was the
Great
fact that
defensive
it
plays
was
from each of them.
a barn burner.
See if they come down with it.
Um, the
Something to watch for
commentator at
Radiance.
the field would
All
not
three
stop
medicines
calling this game a
staying
barn
out on the
burner.
field despite choking
So
on that
when
last
we
point.
played
Maybe
Atlanta
seeing a
a
little bit
couple
of
games before this,
double duty from
we
Clay.
had the same on-field commentator, which is why I asked when you mentioned what was the
Oh.
I asked because we had the same on-field commentator in Atlanta, and she said barn burner maybe 20 times. Um, so we had an inside joke. So when she was back, we were so excited.
I mean, she must not have disappointed because that is like the one thing I remember about her. And number 12, Bacchus, her real name's Katie, but I guess when the announcer was reading the names at the beginning, she must have read Lady or something. Because when they were announcing the name, she was like, Lady Bacchus. And everyone was like, who is that? Look at
Sarah!
this. That's ridiculous.
From Gridlock for the goal.
I mean, that
I
just should
told you,
not happen.
Number 9, Sarah Johnson.
Sarah's in all of these. I don't know if it's luck or if it's just grit falling down.
Lead.
I guess she's just trying really
Watch here
hard
on
and
the
following the
replay.
disc,
Again,
but
Cassie
at some
Wong
point, I think she's just lucky.
putting up the shot to Linda Morris.
I mean, it's got to be skill,
Had that initial
Or we can
separation,
just
but this one just
let's
enough
just both make a mental
to
note
come
right
underneath
now
the
that the
play.
score is actually
It's all about the
11-10
second
because
effort.
this just didn't count.
For those that were watching in the first half, you can definitely remember we had a few moments where those second effort plays were definitely
having sort of barriers on either side that can make the win a little bit unpredictable. So some of these hucks that are going up just being
Oh, that's nice.
a little bit
Yeah, we're not at like
hanging a little bit too
midfield,
high,
but
making for some exciting
yeah.
If your team wanted to throw a roller
couldn't agree
pole,
more.
are you the one who usually executes on that?
Yeah, I mean, if it's a regular pull and Lindsay is on the line, I'll let her pull. But if it's a roller pull, usually I'll do it.
Back to the middle.
Wow, is that something that you have specifically worked on, or just like
Who toes it in?
just
I
really
mean,
good at rolling it out of
when I
bounds?
no, when I practice my pulls, maybe like one out of every five
Oh, Amy
will be.
Zhou nearly coming up with a block
I don't
on
know
the
how she
fourth.
caught that.
What a
Very,
fun
One
matchup.
out of
very,
Yeah.
every
very
five
contested
the
grab
roller
there, but
pull,
great
but
presence of mind by
yeah, I try
Oh,
not to throw
wow.
that
Yeah,
disc.
that's fast.
try not to throw too many.
Amy Zhou.
Oh my god, I try so hard on the mark here.
Both on the mark.
This is how not to mark.
First
Lunge
Just
at
how much.
Jesse Jones. Surprising on an
I'm a
offensive
huge biter on the mark.
Up to the high side for Ann Worth.
I think my legs were so dead at this point. I was just like,
Between Worth and Olsen.
Yeah, it's amazing how even though it's like this, we're halfway through the third quarter, it
Somehow
just
Lindsay
feels like
still
we've
making
played
that
for
grab
ages.
through her defender.
yeah.
Amy Zhou defending beautifully on the cone, forcing a reset to Jenny Way.
Wow, in the end zone, stressful.
And looking for Fagan.
Oh no.
Gets the block on Fagan.
Good D.
Probably wasn't
That was
expecting
really
that
nice
closing
D.
speed from defender Lindsay McKenna there.
It's
Yeah,
brutal
back.
after you've worked so hard on the end zone line and now you have to play
Very
defense.
notable in the last
Yeah.
Radiance and Gridlock. A really, really fun matchup.
End zone is so hard though. I don't know if that's just me. I feel like every end zone system I've been in, I'm just like, I am so confused and I don't understand this.
Oh, great grab.
I lost all the skin on my arm and leg on that one.
But just a little bit too far. Can't connect with Jay-Z.
She's the one wearing the fleece.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Did you ask her, like, did she feel like it was so hot?
She gets cold very easily. She is at a comfortable body temperature right now.
Definitely
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a nice throw.
Tired legs out there.
Speaking of turns on the end zone.
As this point continues to wait on.
And a great look
This point
For
was the
these long
worst.
points, did you ever get to a point in the PUL season or in your ultimate career that you were like, this point is just too long. I just don't want to anymore.
I honestly don't think about. I don't like have room for other thoughts in my head on playing. You know, you know how some people will call timeout when they have the disc in their hand? That thought has never ever crossed my mind. Like when I
Oh my
am on
gosh,
the
amazing.
room to think, oh,
Looking
maybe I
ahead to
should
make a
call
little
time.
more aggressive of play
Never
if
popped into my
necessary.
head.
So,
And no
um,
surprise from Jones there. Jones just being such a steady force for Raleigh's offense this year. Extremely crafty throws,
All right,
very
try number
accurate on
2 on the
shots.
end zone.
Someone who's just been marshaling their offense down the field with ease.
I think the key is honestly just to keep breaking the mark.
Yeah.
Worth with the disc about 15 to 20 yards out at the end zone. Sue at the cone.
Gosh, we really needed to make bigger space cuts in this end zone set.
Olsen, but she reconnects at
Oh,
the cone
good throw.
before the goal. Catches Zhou just a little bit off guard there. And a great inside break.
Did you feel off guard?
indeed.
Um, my first
Not
instinct
ending
was,
up on the
oh, that was
stat
a
sheet
great
that
throw.
point,
Second one was,
but
I had a big
certainly
closer.
a vital piece to getting the offense in the end zone.
Nah,
And
yeah, no, I
moving the
was
disc
tired.
once
I
every other, it seemed.
was not sharp
Very involved
mentally.
as well in that end zone offense.
I don't know. I mean,
Just keeping the disc moving,
those break
providing the
side
defense an
throws,
option to touch the
that's
disc,
just kind of tough
get it to the
for
next receiver,
defense
get it
for
to the next
sure.
thrower, and then just working
That's
with
why I
them
don't understand it. Like,
aggressively.
as a defender of someone on the end zone, I'm like, I can't guard anything. And then when I'm on offense in the end zone, I'm like, I can't score. I don't understand.
Looking for Douglas Douglas in the area.
How am I supposed to succeed at
Great effort by
ultimate?
Will to get down and cover that initial.
Only end zone.
Passing along with an
Everything
uncharacteristic
else makes
drop.
sense, sort of.
We'll give the disc back to Raleigh. And Stanlin to pick up for Radiance.
So one thing that
By Tucker.
we definitely had some trouble with this season was figuring out
Beautiful
who
inside break from
should
Zhou.
and would pick up the disc. Because we had so many great
Another
cutters and
inside break from
athletes,
Paisley from
we
Wynn.
really were missing, a lot of these handler role players. Um, so pretty much you see here, Lila and
Radiance's
Lisa
offense
P are
sets
behind the
are
disc,
looking
but
like
really,
3 or 4 workers
they're phenomenal
in
downfield
unison trying
cutters.
to score
Mm.
by themselves as
Yeah, I
the
saw you
runners
pick
stand
up
still in
the
the
disc
open
on
end
the end zone
zone.
that one time.
But they're
Thought something was
unsuccessful.
up.
I pick up the disc so much, and then oftentimes I immediately turn it over.
Olsen going deep. She comes
Oh,
down.
so close.
Excellent throw by Linda Morse there. Open up the field for a receiver.
She's forced to put one up. A great D by Lisa
Thank
Paisley.
goodness.
He had
That's
so many.
probably the first time
Looks like
that
a
Linda
foul
Morse didn't come down with it.
between Cassie Long and her defender.
And so that's Amanda Murphy.
Did you
calls her
switch
ball
Lisa
for
P onto
call.
her, or was that
Not
just
directly involved in the
how it
play.
worked out?
So it looks like the call will
Yeah, I
either be
think that's just
rescinded
how
or
it worked out.
overturned.
Oh, but she's a great defender.
She's going to keep
Yeah, that's a
possession
great
of the
matchup.
disc here. And Lisa Caithley just doing an excellent job patrolling the skies, essentially, for the Radiance team this
Yeah,
evening.
actually, right now you'll see
Really
the
hard
three
defensive
people behind the
defense
disc there.
protect the end zone in the air
None
and
of those three are traditionally
control the
handlers. So that's definitely,
and we're back.
I don't know
Hands
if
of the
it's
disc
an
to
yeah,
Sue
excuse.
on the high side.
I feel like every
It's a good
team that I'm
defender
on
field.
is short handlers.
And just one
I
yeah.
more
don't know
thing
how
to touch on
it is for you.
some of the rules for the Premier Ultimate League. Timeout
Uh,
calls.
this season
The team that
specifically,
calls
we
the
were
timeout
short.
is able to
Not
make a
every
full
season
substitution
I've
or
played.
substitute as many players as they'd like.
Um,
Clearly, Raleigh taking
oh,
advantage of
wow.
that opportunity by bringing on a few fresh legs.
I don't know about fresh,
And
but
again, a nearly good
yeah,
ball
we'll
loss
go with it.
there.
This might have been one of those times where,
Raleigh maintaining
you know,
possession.
I get subbed in on
Radiance
no, and
just
I'm
keeps
like,
the
oh
ball.
yeah, yeah, I
Defensive
want to play
lineman
more frisbee, but
working
also I'm so
some
tired.
defense together. Kingworth
I'll let someone else shine.
in this end zone set from Radiance. Looking very clean.
Oh, that's tough.
A turnover
It's tough
for
because we just
Worth.
subbed in everyone who plays offense, and
Gridlock gets
now
back.
And Worth visibly frustrated
now we
with
have to play
herself on that
defense.
reset throw.
Yeah.
But it's gonna happen.
Did you call travel?
There's a travel call from
Yeah, veteran move, baby.
for her offensive bunch. Finding Doyle on the high side. The buzzer goes off. That is the end of the third quarter.
Did you call travel again?
Stoppage.
I was like, oh gosh, that's just
So
not a
once
good
more, as
one.
a
But
reminder
no,
for
I
our
think
fans
there
at
was
home
a
that are
pick
watching,
downfield or something.
in the Premier Ultimate League at the end of quarters.
I
The
do like how
reset buzzer
quickly
has
calls get
sounded. That
resolved
does not signal
in these
the end
games.
of play.
I hate standing
Instead, what will
around discussing
signal the
calls.
end of play is actually going to be the end of
Yeah,
the final
I
possession
loved
of
that
that game.
time. Yeah,
So
that
what we have
time
is New York with this.
maximum.
They will have this final offensive opportunity to try and
Oh, I
convert
should have
and take
laid
the
out for
score.
that.
If
That's
they're unable to
tragic.
do so, that will mark the end of the quarter.
And Gridlock about 25 yards outside of their end zone, trying to maintain possession so
I
that
thought
this
the
will
buzzer had gone off, but
bounce and
maybe
then be
I,
able to
I
Is
push
that
guess
why
ahead
you
not.
stopped
in the
running?
last minute of the third quarter.
So at this point, I'm like, I just need to play saggy defense because I'm so tired.
End zone set
Yes,
defense.
Jesse, let's switch.
We just witnessed a few minutes ago.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
And that
That's visionary.
OI backhand blade goes up to Lindsay
Yeah,
McKenna
that's
a lot of
back
nice.
fire on that
corner of the
catch
end zone
too.
for the Gridlock
That
score.
backhand OI is so
Yeah,
hard
End of
to
the third
touch
quarter.
on.
Luisa
yeah.
Neves just
One-handed with the cool,
getting a
like,
bird's eye view of the field there.
Yeah,
You can see she
I would
gets
for
the wrist
sure
in a
drop
nice
that.
power position opportunity. Strong pump fake, gets her mark, Jesse
yeah. I would
Jones,
just
but
be
just
thinking
enough
about how I want
to
to
really open up that
catch it
backhand
one-handed
space
and
to
look
put the disc
cool,
up.
and then
Lindsay
then I
McKenna
would drop it.
for the New York score to wrap up the end of the third quarter. And a question that I have for you, Hannah, I have to
Gosh.
ask: do you think with
So fun fact about Lou, who
the
just
way
threw
that the
that, or
rule
she has
is
just
currently in
free
place,
throws, but
where the
last week
offensive
she
team
won
gets
two
that
hundred
last
dollars off
possession
of a scratch off
at the end of
ticket,
a quarter of play, do
and
you feel like
she
there's
donated.
Wow.
significant added pressure
Yeah, she donated all
to
of
the
her
team
winnings to the
offensively
Free
to
Black
try and
Mamas
convert
campaign.
that?
This is
That's
something
something
that
that there's
Gridlock
definitely a little bit
is.
more of a defensive
Um,
intensity
we've devoted a lot of
effort
time and
that we're seeing
resources
from both
to
squads.
promoting this
It'll
campaign.
be
And
interesting to
what
see
they
how
do
this
is they
plays
raise
out in the
money
fourth.
for incarcerated Black
With New
mothers
York
so they
going
can
to
post
Raleigh,
bail and get
Raleigh
home for
still
Mother's
only
Day.
down
And also a
1 point
reminder, if
if
you
they're able to
haven't
convert
done
this offensive hold.
or
So it's
gotten a
still a
gift
very
for
close
Mother's
game.
Day,
Any team could walk
it's
away
coming
with
up
it.
this week.
Interested to see how it plays out.
And Olsen fielding a huge, huge
Yeah, my
foul
mom texted me last week
right
and
in
was
the
like, "Are
middle of
you
the end
coming
zone.
to visit?" And I was like,
Her
"For
third on
what?"
the field.
I definitely
Splash.
think with the
Radiance
quarantine and with all of
team
this, my
scoring
concept of time
points
has just disappeared.
Yeah, for sure.
and away
One of my
to
teammates was telling me that she
semifinal
was getting
action
takeout from a Michelin
between her
restaurant,
competitors.
and I was telling another friend, I was like, yeah, she's
Up to
getting
way.
like really
Small
good
gainers
food
for
for, I
Raleigh,
think it's her birthday. No, no, it's her anniversary.
and they
Like, oh no,
continue
it's Mother's Day.
to make
Mm.
this up to way.
What was the team vibe at the end of the third quarter?
And Radiance just marching up the field, 10 yards
Jimmy's
inside their
really
end
making
zone.
us
Finally
go back
seeing
into
Yeah,
the memory.
think.
some
Yeah.
tightening from the defensive side there, not giving up that wide open reset that
And Stanley
I
streaking, but
think I remember
defenders all
being
clamped down
up,
on that front cone,
but
leaving Worth
Well, we
like,
tried the same
on the
thing that you all
outside.
tried. I definitely cramped there.
Plagued with a seeming injury.
you didn't even have to catch that. You know,
I know.
I knew.
Well, I didn't know if there was someone back there, and then, yeah.
let's take a look here on the replay.
And
You can
honestly,
see
I shouldn't have.
Raleigh with
She
the
had the
disc,
better angle for sure.
likely a high
Yeah,
stall count.
it's a nice catch
Disc
though.
around to find a receiver, and you can see there just on the
Love to
replay,
see that
Raleigh makes an
cap just
incredible grab for
go.
the score, but certainly lands a little awkwardly
I'm
there
pretty
Um,
as
sure my immediate thought was,
the
"Oh, and I
safety
should have let
fell.
you catch that." This was not worth it.
Definitely want to take this opportunity quickly to
Um,
once again thank our sponsor,
but yeah, after the
I
third
SpinUltimate.
quarter, I definitely think
Just
we
reminding you of
were,
this live broadcast of the Premier Ultimate League
pretty
is brought
zoned
to you by
in.
SpinUltimate. SpinUltimate providing
Like
custom team
they
uniforms and
mentioned at the
merchandise
beginning of
since
this game, the first
2007.
time we played
Visit
New
us on the
York,
web at
the game
spinultimate.com.
wasn't as close. So we were under a lot of pressure at the beginning of the game, knowing that you all would come out stronger and more fiery.
Trying to
And
stay
so by the end of the
focused.
third quarter, when the game was still
Gets
so
past the
close,
tackle.
we were like, wow, this is something that we really need to work our butts off
yeah.
for.
Up to Lisa McCasley.
Had you had any
Hunting for the
close
block.
games
McCasley
during the
trying to
regular season?
force it. Whale on the left
Um,
side. Back to
Not
Stanley.
super close. I think all of our score differences were, by at least a handful or so.
Defending Lisa McCasley. She has to reset
So yeah,
around.
this was definitely,
Keep throwing and going
this
from the
is, I
line.
think our Revolution game was pretty close, but this was definitely one of our closest
And
games.
Stanley really just being a
Yeah, I think our
very
game against
solid
Atlanta
presence
was
I mean,
pretty close.
defensively for the Radiance team here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at least for us, I was feeling pretty confident that like we could do it if we played our game. But even though we were up,
Yeah.
it didn't feel like we were up. It felt like every point was still super, super important. And we had to, oh my, that throw. Who
Yeah,
would
it's
think
just
this
nice.
lay out D and then that throw?
We've seen her take a number of those shots, just really getting over the defense there. Again, a number of times throughout the evening, as you said, and um, definitely a tough
So you can still see me.
challenge to
I'm
work
still
through
sitting there
defensively
trying to
someone
decramp
that has
myself.
such a consistent throw to really open up the situation.
How I feel like you've cramped up in every game that I've played against you in at least. How often do you
Wow.
cramp up?
I I don't know. I think it was something that definitely started becoming a lot more consistent with the PUL season and then this club season too. And I've, my teammates have been super supportive and have tried to come up with various types of possibilities, like changing my diet, drinking more water, running more sprints, all of which I have tried. Um, and then there's a running joke that, oh, that's a great throw. Great catch. Oh, wow. There's a running joke that, that my calves are just too big. So it's just going to happen. Oh, wow. That's a great grab. I bet she must have been like, I'm so glad I caught that, but also that hurt a lot.
Riley Sandlin finding Dawn Colton for the score there.
I
Raleigh
mean,
just
that's
getting
kind of a
themselves into
travel.
a
She ran
real right
like
now,
20,
answering back
20 yards.
with a pivotal break opportunity to go ahead and tie the game back up. And just like we were saying at the start
I
of
feel
the
like that's
recording,
great
not only is
Oh,
motivation
this a
wow.
to let
marker that we're
catch the ditch, just to end the point so you don't have to
fortune
run
tellers
anymore.
or that we're not in this
Yeah.
matchup
Yeah.
Relief.
individually. And earlier in that same point, Lisa McCaithley did a great job peeling off to stop a strike cut as well.
But yeah, if
So
our
just
audience has
clearly
any suggestions
all
on
eyes
cramps, muscle
on
cramps,
standby there to see what's going on
feel
as we
free
see
to
the
suggest it
nearby
in
teammates
our
making
comment
their way.
thread.
Might all.
My, I've even tried like hydration pills or like
What about
drinking
salt?
just a ton of electrolytes. Yeah, salt,
Yeah.
pickles, bananas. Oh gosh, that's a great layout D.
Layout D.
Not for
Excellent
you.
defensive effort here
Well, layout D
from Lisa
attempt.
McCaithley,
There
just
we
really
go.
missing that fish.
She
No,
really got it. Yeah.
that's sick.
And even
It's
with
not a
fans
D if the
around here,
receiver is to Amy.
No, that like I've never been able to get that far off the ground horizontally on a layout ever. I don't know how she does it. I feel like
Oh
ridiculous.
gosh, yeah, that's just really high. Oh, but what a great grab, Amy.
I remember
That's
when the
finesse.
PUL posted this
I
highlight,
think
Dutchy
very
said
important
something. He's
offensively
like,
for
"How is that a
Radiance
highlight? You
offense
just
back
jumped."
in
I
their
was
end
like,
zone
"Oh,
to
thanks,
start
Dutchy.
possessions.
Thank you for your
And it looks like
affirmation."
this one no different.
I'm so glad you coached me.
Jesse Jones looking downfield and just seeing two poaches from the Gridlock players having to reset. And we've been seeing this defensive look from
Did you feel
Wow.
Gridlock
tired at
and
the end of
Radiance
this game, or
offense with
were
handler sag
like
off the
was the
ball
adrenaline just
to
kicking in?
slow down the offense. McKenna trying to
Oh,
get
I
open,
was
but
really tired.
can't quite get it.
I was like, I'm so glad we have a whole day to rest
Around.
before
Great mark by
finals.
McKenna.
Oh yes, that's another thing I was curious about. Did you feel tired like during the finals because of
Looking
this
home
game, or did you
collected,
feel pretty well rested?
putting up a flick blade.
So another one of my
For the
running
win
theories,
there.
wow, that's a
Ugh,
great throw,
sad.
Who makes a
is
great
that
grab for the
if I
goal.
cramp one day, I won't cramp the second
Not
day
only
because my
the
body
read,
is
but
ready
absolutely
the second
phenomenal
day.
positioning here. You can see on the replay, Sarah Dieter
Take potassium. I wrote that in my
fakes a
notebook
double quick
that
here,
potassium would help.
But you didn't
sees
actually take
Widmare
that.
streaking deep.
No, no, no.
You
I mean,
And you
I
see that
looked
great
up all
a
sorts
great
of
offensive
potassium
adjustment there.
rich
Getting a little
foods.
pony on
Yeah, I
the
was
right
committed to
side
this
there.
this
Widmare just
plan.
says, no, I'm going to position myself accordingly.
By all of these players as
In my
trying to
notebook,
find
I have a
good
cramp
space
city plan.
and just some really good
so
Potassium.
strategy happening
There
to
it
prevent
is.
this wind.
Once again, could
But
not
that was also before this whole season, so
Here's Lisa Votto with a nice
still
control
another work in
rail.
progress, I guess.
see this
Um,
crazy look.
Amanda Murphy, or Beans as we like to call her, is the one on Tulsa right now. She is like such a swirly defender. She's just so quick. It's just a pleasure to watch.
Trying to find
Oh,
She's super
person in the
fast.
end zone, but just out the back, and she can't quite toe it in.
Nikki Hare unable to keep that disc in play there.
And Savannah Irwin to check the disc in for Radiance on their end zone line.
It's always so awkward walking
This
the
is going
disc up and
to
like
be a
everyone's
very
waiting for you. And,
key
like, do I
possession
jog
here.
or do I walk? Oh,
As Amanda
yes.
Murphy
yeah, that's Amanda Murphy.
positions
Beans.
herself perfectly
She's
to get the
so
disc over the taller Morse.
yeah.
Yeah, it looked like
She's one
Linda
of
was
those
about.
players.
Timeout called by Raleigh.
Oh, nice.
Amanda Murphy.
Yeah, that's a
Anytime
really good.
Savannah, who's the one who threw that,
Huge over Linda
anytime
Morse.
Savannah picks up the disc, there has
You can
better
see Linda
be at
Morse
least,
getting caught on that
a
back
few people
shoulder.
going deep. She is a
Murphy unable to
phenomenal
really make
deep thrower.
a play going over the receiver
Noted.
there. And more
But
importantly,
yeah, what I was gonna say about Beans is that she's one of those players that's like will make these huge plays, but when you ask her how she does it or like, ask her what her process is, she's like, I don't know, I just do it. And you're like, okay, thank you.
Do you overanalyze everything?
incredibly long, wide flips
Um,
there, moving the
Not as
mark.
much as a lot of my teammates, but I definitely like to think about, I especially like to watch people do things and then try to mimic it. Um,
As you
Mm.
see
I
on the
often
screen, you
make,
can't even quite find the cutters downfield because they are
a
so
lot
deep in the end
more
zone.
weird noises when I try to do it, like
The
"Rah!"
Radiance
because it's
handlers
never the way that it
trying to
turns out
field into
that
the
I
end
think
zone.
it would turn out to be. But
Successful set, but something that
Yeah,
was
as I've gotten
really
older, I've
built
noticed
upon.
myself like making
And
more
played quite
involuntary
well.
noises as I
Cassie
cut
working
and
goes for
just
the
do
long
anything on the field.
block on the mark, but she can't quite hit it.
yeah,
Oh, and she quickly
oh,
returns. A beautiful
Oh my
see,
heads-up
God,
play
yeah.
ambitious.
from Cassie
That's
Wong.
ambitious.
Lara Olson trying to sneak one past Cassie Wong, but I think that's the second defensive play we've seen from Cassie Wong just by being aware and heads up on the field there.
Looks like a pick call.
And even more so anticipation from the thrower, just being ready.
Also finally throws a backhand hook.
Backhand to Amy Zhou.
Yes. Oh, again.
And immediately
Wow, so
tosses it into
composed.
the end zone.
Catch and throw. Amazing.
I cannot tell you how many times I've screwed up that throw. It's like you want to get the throw off into the end zone before the mark gets set, but you don't know how to float the disc.
Yeah. And honestly, sometimes it's like the easiest things,
Throw
like when
missing on
someone
the
is
foot in
so
the sand, if
open
I'm not mistaken.
that it's like
Kelsey
impossible.
Douglas just
Like at this
Yeah.
point, you're like,
with her throw.
I just need to put any sort of backhand into the end zone. And then that's when you like immediately turf it.
Traveling
Yep.
nearly 65 yards to Amy Zhou.
I'm glad that went to K
Final
Spot and
ball
not
open,
Cassie
Veronica
because Cassie decided she wanted to have a plus minus competition with me like halfway through the season.
Here
And
we are. We have 4 minutes left in the fourth
after
quarter
she
of
got
this
moved to
first
O line,
semifinal.
then she
Gridlock
decided she was
Oh.
like, God,
with the pull to Radiance.
I try not to pay attention to stats,
Almost in their
but
end zone.
that
Catering to
I was
Sue.
happy that one went to K Spot, not
And
Cassie.
the game just incredibly tight, 15 to 14.
And this crowd just yelling for a defensive block here.
Yeah, wow.
Gridlock.
I want to shout out my kiddos, the Kitty Hawks, because they
Miscommunication.
drove from North Carolina all the way down to
Short
Atlanta
field
this weekend to
turnover for
watch
Radiance, an
the
unfortunate
semis and finals.
thing in this
And yeah, it
Cute.
was
20 minutes of
awesome
collective
to have them
experience.
there. Yeah, they're the cutest.
Knocking on the door and a goal.
Oh, hate to get wrecked to the open side in the end zone.
And we see
I
That's
thought,
toughy.
a costly turnover
so I didn't realize
in the
until I was
reset
watching the
space
game back.
there
We were
for
up
Raleigh,
16-14
being
with
converted
under
into
4 minutes to
an
go.
advantageous break
I'm just like,
opportunity for the New York
here
Gridlock.
we go with this one.
Yeah, I
Lauren
definitely
Grogan
don't
finding
think.
Wei Gao right
Yeah,
outside
that's
the end
just
zone and then
it's a
just
good
feeding
cut.
the disc into Trisha Smith for
I'd
the
be so
goal
happy.
and the break.
I love watching the
And
celebrations
put
back.
New
Everyone's
York
so
up.
happy.
Yeah. Oh, Amy on the pole.
And we're back
Oh, that's
with
nice.
the pull going up to Radiance, looking to offensively hold to make it 16-15 with 3 minutes left in
Did
the
you feel like you were
game.
trying to score quickly
Jesse
at this point, or
Jones
were you
setting
just
up
still playing your
field.
game?
I think we were just
Gridlock
still trying to stay patient. I think we definitely were feeling the pressure.
puts up a huge
And I say
backhand
that, and then
to number 7, CJ Bunch.
she boosts it.
Wow, for the goal.
Wow, that's just so easy.
Such a good
But
goal.
no, we were definitely
Jesse
we were
Jones
definitely
with the
feeling the
stop.
pressure, and we were like,
Wow.
no longer
Let's see
going to
the
take anything
score of the
risky.
replay. Jesse Jones
But
has
of
a
course, if
really
Jesse Jones has an
that's a
open
power play
backhand,
from
if I'm sorry, if Josie Jones
putting up
has
nearly
an open
a 65
backhand, she should definitely take it.
70-yard backhand for CJ Bunch. Beautiful.
I'm a big Owen
Yeah, I
Wilson
mean
fan in moments like these, you
she
know.
had a lot of separation, and that was just a great throw, great decision.
What a
That was a
throw,
bomb. A little bit
and
of a
more
travel. I
importantly,
feel like
what a
I have to
cut
call that, and
by her
because I'm on the
receiving
losing
end
end,
in position, and
be a
you're
little bit
appreciating the
salty and
shout
call
out,
that
so
travel
you're welcome.
a year
So
later.
really, what you're saying is you,
Radiance
for
Yeah.
all the
able
max that you guys caught, or
hold
for the
on
second attempts. So really,
to
this will
that
just,
to make it
Yeah.
16 and maybe for a break. Gridlock working it up, looking confident. Up to Johnson.
yeah, I was definitely disappointed because at this point,
Douglas
I was
up to
pretty
Morris,
confident that I
who's
wasn't going to play this the
alone.
rest of this game anymore because yeah,
Pass along.
of cramping out.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say
Usually, I
something.
We're
definitely
seeing a lot of these
no.
bench
Usually,
players
I
come
definitely
over
try to come back
and
in at least
both
once.
offensive and
And
defensive
then if
work for the
I
team
cramp
as
again
we
in a
get
game, I'm like, okay,
near the
now
end of
I'm
the
done.
game
But
here.
And there's the
yeah,
Oh, I didn't
break
realize
Radiance was
that
hoping
it took the end of
for.
the game. I thought,
Close to
okay,
maybe a
that
couple,
sucks.
their last chances to tie it up
Is
here.
it like,
So
is it just because you think you'll cramp again
Jesse
on the
Jones,
field, or
one of those players
like why
coming
do you
over from the
stay out?
offensive end of things.
yeah.
Certainly a smart decision
It
on
kind of
behalf of the
depends
team
on like
now.
if I feel like I can start running
she
without
puts up another huge
cramping
throw
again,
to number
then yeah, I definitely
33,
will.
Amanda Murphy, but she can't
Try to go back
launch.
in,
Looks like
but
a foul call.
Oh, we tried the ham sandwich. Are you allowed to call a
Looks like
foul
yeah,
on
that
you
the ham
guys
was
did
sandwich?
try it.
Armstrong initially.
I'm not
But
sure.
good
That's a
job
toughie. I hope they
defensively.
replay
Jesse
it because
Bunch coming up with
yeah,
some
because
incredible help
this would
defense
be,
there on the weak side. As you can see here in the replay,
oh yeah, I don't
looks
know.
like we have a call.
I'm not sure. It looked
I
The weird
wonder
part
if
about
she's
better.
calling foul or strip
If
here.
it
Like
was a
she
foul,
thought she
then
had
it looks
stopped
like it was a
rotation and
strip.
maybe, oh yeah, they
You
talk
know,
about it
as
right now.
our, you know, in our
we
position
didn't go to the
as
observers.
the commentators here, I don't think it's necessarily
Yeah, it looks like, or maybe they
controversial
just
call, but you
contested
guys
it
can
and then
certainly decide.
A good
I'm
foul
too
contested
stubborn to
send
for
it
this
back.
last
listen.
2 minutes.
No, I want to know the
I
answer.
would
Let's go to
never
the
say that
observer.
I think that was a strip.
Yeah,
Come on.
sometimes I'm like, sometimes if it gets contested or something, I'm like, I still want
Radiance
to know.
about 30 yards outside their own end zone, looking to work it down for the break to tie it. And just a star-studded line from Raleigh Radiance. You see Lisa McCaifley, Jesse Jones, Ann Worth, Simone Whale,
Oh, good
Murphy.
read. Oh, wow.
Whale goes up. A beautiful shot
That's a lot of composure.
from Judy Ledley to
Yeah,
Simone
Good pressure
Whale.
on D, but yeah,
Big
yeah.
break
LP's
by
got
Raleigh
some
good
wild
Radiance.
composure.
blocks too.
Did you predict this
I don't
one?
know how close she was to that one, but that she definitely put a
No,
lot of pressure on that throw.
no, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
But
Simone's
oh my goodness,
nickname is
good
Big Moan,
defense, man. And
so
both
anytime he
of us
makes a
said
cool
this
play like
last
this,
quarter
our
that it's
whole
going to
team will run
be
onto
a
the
game of
field and
defense, especially as we get into the
give
final
a
stretch.
big moan.
We are looking at a minute and 39 seconds on the clock. You can see Lisa McCaifley, Ann
I think
Worth,
your fun facts are more fun than
Jesse
mine.
Jones. You can see Jesse Jones coming off in on offense. We're going to do the same thing, get our defensive line back out there and put the pressure back on you.
And what an exciting way to start
16,
this championship
16,
weekend. Tied at 16,
102
so a
minutes
minute
left.
left to
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
is
go.
so
It's Douglas
stressful.
fielding up to
I'm
Johnson
like on the edge of my seat rewatching this game.
to Tucker. Tucker looking downfield, can't find much. A nice reset to Tulsa Douglas.
do you get more nervous
Wow.
playing
Not at
zone?
all.
Or sorry, yeah, like
Guys,
person
you want to see
offense or
Lisa
zone
McCaifley
offense
sort of
when?
Ooh,
sitting in that deep space there.
Yeah,
unfortunate
wow.
collision by Ledley on
Tucker's a
Tucker,
warrior.
but it looks like both parties are all right.
Um,
A
We are
yellow
going to
card
see a
I
issued.
card
feel like I
here.
feel more pressure playing person
2-2 led lead.
defense while I'm on offense.
Just an
Like,
unfortunate
I feel like
turnover.
zone offense could
And
just,
that's
yeah, like,
Daniel Wong coming in, laying in some of
at
that
least when I
defensive
teach
justice
zone defense to my kiddos,
for those at home.
I always say, like, zone defense is like you're always giving up
Restarting the
something,
disc
right?
down
Like,
to
if you're
3.
running a wall, you're letting them throw it side to side. Or if you're trapping it, you're probably
For a reset.
letting off, some middle space or middle
Some
ground
decent
or
poise and
whatever.
hassling by the Raleigh team.
So to me, my philosophy on zone offense is that, I mean, there's got to be something
Traffic
open. It's
sideline.
just a matter of
She puts up a flick to the end zone.
how patient you can
Zhou no
stay.
longer in the area, but Lindsay Sue
It's
comes
a
down
good point.
for a
Wow.
block for Radiance.
Ugh. Headbutted me on the way
Still
up from that
rocking
one
it up.
too.
Looks like a call. Field goal to march it in for the break.
As I'm being me,
Only
what?
45
That
seconds on the
45
clock
seconds
here.
to
that
go. And
concussion
something to
headband.
note is that quarter 4 will end on the buzzer, unlike quarters 1 through 3.
What about you?
So they've
Do you
got to
feel more
work.
pressure
They've
zone
got to work
O
the disc up
or person
to
O?
their end zone within the
I
next
feel more pressure
28
on
seconds.
zone
Can they
O.
do it, Sue?
Actually, I think just
I
because
think
there's
they
more time.
can. I mean,
If you have it
incredible
as a cutter
defensive
and you get the
pressure there
disc
by
on zone
Cassie
out,
Wong,
like,
just
usually there's a
barely
ton of
missing
Yeah.
space,
the
and you
disc on an open
like
hand
if you
work.
mess up, you really messed up.
And Raleigh just putting it
Yeah.
all on the line
Yeah.
here
You'll get more
Wow.
individual.
as they
This
work
is
their
like
Wow,
way to
that's
the break side.
bookends for
Wow.
Lindsay Sue.
Sue with another goal
ugh,
That's
for the Radiance
amazing.
to make that 17-16 with 12 seconds to go.
Yeah.
And as you see here on
nice
your
pick.
replay, Amanda Murphy finds Dawn Colton laying out to save
Yeah, I did
possession
not
for
do that.
Raleigh. I misspoke before, not on the break side, but still finding wide open Lindsay Sue there.
And we'll take this
No,
Gridlock to talk a little bit
I'm
about
glad this
Wide
happened though.
open, Lindsay Sue.
Break opportunity for
I'm glad that
New York
happened though, because
Gridlock
it sets
there.
up this next
And
point,
here we go, the last point
which
of
is
this game.
probably my
Lovely.
favorite 10 seconds of the
There's 12
season.
seconds left. Douglas fielding up to the Sabato. Gridlock having to score this point in the next 8 seconds. They put up
Oh,
a
wow.
big backhand.
Look at that
Linda back in the
throw.
area. Linda Moore's in the area.
Oh, if that worked out, I would have been. Oh, wow, that did work out.
Right before
Did you not play this
Oh,
game?
my goodness.
And we're going into overtime.
Going into overtime, Hannah. Watch
Wait,
this
Tulsa doesn't
replay.
travel here.
Tulsa Douglas
My favorite thing about Tulsa is that she doesn't travel.
uncorks
Ugh,
a
this
look-
is
monster
ridiculous.
backhand. Lisa
I
Bacafin
mean,
Sarah
having
again,
been so
just
solid in that
I don't know how.
just
defense
tragic.
Also, look at Sarah's
for Raleigh
wedgie.
all
Her
evening.
shorts are hiked up.
Unable to go up and make the stop.
I mean, yeah, when you make
I mean,
a
Linda
grab
Morse
like
there,
that.
ready to make the play, and then
I
you
think
end
I
up
called
having
Sarah like a
Yeah.
trash
you end up having
person
Sarah
for a
Johnson
month
coming from the
after
weak
this
side,
game.
and that's right there.
I thought
I
she didn't
that
think it
changed my
was
play of
funny.
the game.
I just
I
calling her
apologize. It looks
person.
like there might be, maybe we can't exactly see the first digit on the clock, but something point something 2 seconds left.
Wow.
on the clock, which will
Lindsay,
give
you told her.
I think this was
Radiance
definitely our first. Well,
likely
maybe it
1 or 2
wasn't our first
throws to try
overtime
and
game.
even it up.
I think it was.
I think
The
when I
season
said
was
the
so long
play of
ago.
the game before for Tulsa Douglas's backhand, I think I was talking about that one before it happened. So we're gonna go with that.
And here
Once
we
again, the
go.
psychic thing. That's what we've got.
Here we go. Jesse Jones putting up a huge.
Oh.
That's it.
So,
And that
fun
will be
fact
it.
about this play
And though Raleigh's in
is
possession,
Becky, the
fourth
one in the
quarter
hat
one,
there,
quarters 1 through 3 will end on
she
the buzzer,
attempted a Mac
which
on
means
this
we are
because
going
the
into
buzzer
overtime.
had already rang,
Easily.
and at the
And
rules committee,
for
which
what
she
it's worth,
was on
excellent
the rules
last
committee
attempt
discussion.
there by Raleigh to
When they were discussing this, they had
take that
said Macs are
even
allowed.
more
So
opportunities
she doesn't
to
try to
stay
catch
close
it
to the
here.
disc
She
there.
just tries to Mac
Looks
it
like that
towards the
was
end zone.
Becky
But
Whitmire
then we didn't catch it.
trying to
Someone
bang the
should have
disc
invited
over
Ann
there.
for that
And
discussion.
Finding
Hannah
Hannah Worth just outside the end zone.
Yeah,
Worth with a
and
smile
should
as
have
she
tried to
is
Mac it.
going
I
into
don't know what she
overtime.
was doing.
We'll take a quick minute and talk a little bit about
I actually didn't
rules
know
for
that Max
overtime.
were allowed. I might have known.
Overtime 1
It's hard to. I mean,
consists
there's a
of 2
difference
minutes of
between
clock
knowing
time.
something and then actually
Teams will
executing it,
flip a
like
coin to
when
decide
you're on the field.
who will play,
Right,
who will
right.
receive.
Yeah,
I
right.
forgot
The
enough.
first 2 minutes of overtime, the clock will stop.
With second effort grabs, saving possession.
Well,
But I have to be
if
honest,
it's the
I'm liking a lot of the energy that I'm
last
seeing
point.
from Raleigh.
Who doesn't love overtime?
Offensively,
I love
they
it.
are moving the disc very effectively. Definitely exercising a clean clean offensive look when
I
they get
was
to the
so
red
nervous
zone,
all
which is
overtime though.
definitely one of the more important
Yeah,
things that
yeah.
we want to see
What did your
later you go in the
coach have
game.
to say?
When you're tired, and you've played a full game like this,
I
we're
don't
34
remember.
points into a very tight possession
And it
game.
looks like
It's
One
okay. I was
point.
thinking about my own
Gridlock
question and I was like, I
has
don't remember
won
either.
the
If I
coin
had to
flip.
guess, it's 1 point at a
Pleased with
time
these hand signals,
because they're
Kate,
only
but it
like
seems
2 points.
Gridlock gets to choose where they start.
Yeah, 2 minutes. That's not a long time.
I think there
It's
is
kind
a
of crazy
chance we
that it
are
comes down
Some
to
musical chairs happening
a
down the
coin
field.
flip, right? That's how they did this one. Was it a coin flip? I think it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
How many
All right.
overtime?
Lisa McCaithley
Or
set to
no,
pull
no,
for the
okay, yeah, because
Radiance.
double overtime was sudden
Looks
death, so
like
there's only
McCaithley,
two at the
Ledley,
max.
Whale, Murphy, Stanland, Colton, and
Bacchus.
Bacchus for Raleigh Radiance
Lady
on defense to
Bacchus.
start us off.
Lady Bacchus.
Gridlock fielding, finding Tulsa Douglas.
I feel like we should definitely invite that commentator back just for
Handler sag look, maybe
her wording,
a little bit of a
Yeah, I
for
miss her.
entertainment value.
She was
Tulsa
very
Douglas
entertaining.
just threads a hammer over the top to Linda Morse.
That is amazing. I mean, during overtime, when the
What a
game is
fun
tied,
way to put Tulsa Douglas
I
on the
don't think I
spot
would
with
ever
some
think
free
this
throws.
is the time to whip out my hammer.
If this field were
Honestly, the
grass,
only
she would
time
have
I've
just
thrown
given it a
a
nice
hammer
tweaker.
in like a serious game is when
Finding
someone on the
Disabato,
sideline yelled hammer.
and Gridlock just continuing up the
Like
field with 10-yard
again,
gainers in
like
the
just
air.
doesn't cross my mind to wind up the hammer.
Zhou signaling for her to come around for the poor man's break. Oh, and
Oh,
unfortunately,
Oh,
sad.
Linda Morris just falls to the ground, and Lisa McCaithley
Oh,
picks up the block.
I thought Linda Morse got tripped, but maybe
Radiance
not.
with the chance to break.
the turf tripped her, I guess.
McCaithley just
That's
putting up
The
unfortunate.
turf.
an
But
incredible
Oh,
also,
wow.
backhand
it's unguardable.
for
And I
Bacchus.
apologize at the start of that point. We had said that was going to be
I think that's actually
the player
Emma.
was going to be Katie Bacchus. I apologize. That was actually Emma Peasley that was on the line.
Oh,
And
yep.
Emma just helped us out with the score.
And as you watch on this replay,
You know, I struggle with technology when I have to get closer to the camera,
one of the
and
most
I'm like,
incredible throwers in the game. Her release
I
point
think
Yeah, what are
that's
you?
to release that
Uh,
backhand from really who knows where.
oh,
That was an incredible release point. She just puts it out. OY.
no, it's a good throw.
Clearly finding a
Absolutely.
rhythm on the field.
You know, I think the only tangible thing you can do quickly is just to be eyes up for her in the deep space, trying to track her where she is, knowing that if you put up a big throw into the end zone with her nearby, she's likely going to come down with it for a block. So keeping it out of her range on defense, and then on offense, I would
I think we
personally
switched more to
focus
zone
on
to
in the
stop your
backfield,
hucks.
because if she's
Since,
downfield
yeah,
in the end zone,
you
similarly
guys
on
really
offense, she's
dominated
a
those
pretty
deep
given
throws this whole game.
possession keeper
yeah, I
in
feel like we
here.
haven't scored beef
Um,
in a
so
while.
here we see Tucker with a disc, Raleigh with another poachy set to slow the Gridlock's offense.
I mean, yeah, with receivers
Lots
like
of
Linda
control of the
and
ball.
Cassie and throwers like Tulsa, yeah, it's
Cool and
probably
collected as usual.
reasonable that we wanted to try a zone to stop those
Finding
big throws.
Disabato for the reset up to Johnson. Beautiful high release backhand break.
And Disabato, a name that we've said a good bit this evening, just been once again a very reliable option for New York in the backfield. Steady hands, constant reset option.
And Tulsa
Oh,
Douglas goes up line for the
Also
score.
a monster game. Is that a spike? Does
We
that
are
count?
yeah.
tied at 18, Gabe, with 1
Count
minute
it.
and 54 seconds to go,
Crazy 18s, as we like to say, down south, Hannah.
as we like to say.
Gosh,
Linda
yeah, that's
Morris
brutal.
just clutch grab right on the end zone line there. Yet again, great presence of mind to keep the disc in play. And then Tulsa Douglas with a little shake and bake move
Yeah.
to find herself in the
I
end
think
zone
what
for the
really
score.
set up Tulsa for success on that was
And I
that
have to
she
say, I
set
think
up
that's a great
positive.
defensive point. And in an overtime
Because,
situation like
any
this,
shoulder shimmy to
those
the
pulls out of
backfield
starting
and then we
position for
bite a little
offenses
bit,
is
you're just already
truly,
open.
truly, truly impactful.
Yeah,
And just like you
that's
said, Hannah,
definitely
the
something that
disc
we
makes it in
worked
the end
on
zone there.
as a team.
Raleigh's essentially having to
Like
work
when
up
we
the full
would
field.
do 4 lines, it was always
Zhou
make
with
sure
the
you're
disc on
setting
the
up
high side,
positive.
finding Judy Ledley.
Yeah.
Back to
It's a good
Jones.
strat. Smart coach.
Gridlock with a similar looking poachy set, as we've seen all night from both teams, to try and break up the pull plays. Finding Ann Worth, who's been threading through this poach set all night.
Just tirelessly
Yeah, what's
pressing
really
her.
impressive about Anne is that
And Jesse
she, yeah,
Jones being
can
able to
run forever.
No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Jesse Jones just
Yeah,
being
it sucks.
smart, cool,
Super
and collected.
annoying.
There's a lot of open space downfield, a
Yeah.
lot of cutters open
Amy,
downfield.
I feel like
She
you're
needs to
also
turn this
one who
over
can just run
Gussie and
forever.
afford to turn the disc
I
over
know, that's why I don't like matching up
in
against
this
someone else that
1
can
minute
run
left of
forever.
overtime situation.
Because
Leslie
you
back to
both know that you're
Jones.
going to keep working
So
hard.
many touches for Jones this game.
And you can just see that faith
I
that they
mean,
put in
that's
her
just amazing.
behind the disc to make the right move, make the right decision, make the right throw.
Yeah,
And
I
We
think at
just
this
just
point we were
marshal
like,
this
it
offense
doesn't
down the
matter how
field.
many throws it takes.
And
We just need to
certainly
hold and
deserving of the player of the game
eventually put
yeah.
this in.
award.
Like, can you throw a stupid throw now or something?
Absolutely,
This is
absolutely,
Hey,
absolutely.
boring.
I'm not on the field, so that's just never going to happen.
And a
I
call
want to see
here from
some
Ann
hero
Worth.
ball from your O line.
Looks like a foul.
Yeah. Stupid throws only
And
come
something that
from
we've seen this
me.
evening as well, Ann Worth, very, very, very aggressive, quick pivots from her. Does an excellent job of moving her mark to create easier reset throws or downfield throws, but then also setting up opportunities like
Jesse's
that to
around
create
backhand
content
throw is my favorite to
resets
watch.
as well in
I
terms
mean,
of the
her
stall count.
form is just so good, and it's like
And
she's
Radiance just
never,
moving the disc
like,
around
where's the
really
mark?
beautifully,
Is
opening
she
up a lot
even
of space
marked?
downfield for cutters like Fagan,
Can't tell.
Yeah,
who's
I
got
feel
the
so
disc
useless
on
as a mark on
the
throwers like
trap
Jesse.
sideline. Timeout
Yeah.
Raleigh called
It's also
with 12
really
seconds to go.
interesting watching
Well,
throwers
Megan
with
Fagan,
just like
again,
traditionally good
herself
form.
having a
I,
quietly
I
Right,
strong
yeah.
night.
I don't know if it's
Similar to
like
Ann Worth, getting a lot of
practice or
important
body
touches
proportions, but
in the
I'm just like,
midfield,
I
and
don't
as we
think there's
watch
any way for me
as
to
Raleigh's working the disc
throw like
downfield,
that.
not both being
Yeah.
patient
How do I
to
make
make
my
smart
body look
decisions
like yours?
while also making sure that you are uh,
Wow,
being
and a
Oh
comfortable.
foul.
gosh, that's a
Great wheel
good
block
good
attempt from
effort.
McKenna.
Oh,
To answer your question, Gabe. Oh, and an unfortunate injury call all night. And just continuing that throw and
That's
go.
too bad.
Both
I really like the Lindsay McKenna
far
matchup on
workers into
Antler.
the end zone. But here they are,
She was a
pushing
fun
back
yeah.
a couple
throw
of
effort.
yards. And Ledley puts up a
Oh my
huge
gosh, that's
throw. Whale
There were
trying to
5 seconds
bold
left.
stealth
for.
it.
Oh, I
There were
see.
five
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah, yeah.
Looks like there's a call on the
I
forward
was like,
foul.
juicy, but why?
Raleigh calls a foul on this throw. It looks like there's 1 second to
Interesting.
go on the clock.
And I have to say, in terms of a last second possession or last second look offensively,
Being on defense during
you
like these
kind of
Hail Mary
can't get
throws
a
is
better
the
look
worst.
than finding Simone Whale bodying out her defender, ready to go up and make a play on that disc. So Raleigh definitely getting lucky here with another chance to punch the disc in. Let's see
What
if
do
Yeah.
you
they're
think
able to
like the
convert in these
strategy
last 5
is for
seconds.
Yeah, it
throwing
looks like
these? Do you want to
18
throw
seconds were
like a
added
big
to the
blade
clock.
or
So
do
we
you
have
want to
9
throw
seconds.
something floaty?
And the same throw goes up. Whale,
I think
again in the air,
I
but
think
can't
something
come down with
floaty.
it. And that is
I
the
feel like
buzzer
most
I
of the
for
time
mean,
the
yeah.
person
overtime number 1.
is like
Which
everyone else
means,
misreads it
folks,
and
that we're
then
going
the
into
person just
overtime
throwing
number
behind
2.
catches it.
Overtime number 2,
Yeah.
Hannah.
Yeah. Gosh, I
Because
can't
I
believe double
was
overtime.
distracted by the play on the field during
I'm
that. There's a
stressed.
lot of pressure then coming in here for both teams as we're facing a sudden death situation.
I wonder like who knew the rules
Both
for
teams
double
huddling.
overtime
Can only
if
imagine
like they had to
how
Yeah.
many
consult with
pointers for this
Yeah,
one.
we
one of
were
the observers
definitely.
Able to find it.
to know.
Yeah.
Because like on the sideline, we
We were
definitely had
From a
no.
definitely
practice standpoint, or in terms of mentally preparing
Oh, yeah.
yourself
We were just
in
kind of
a
like, we'll just
situation
do
like
what we're
this
told.
one, Gabe, what do you think these teams are doing in practices themselves to simulate this? Like, how are they able to get themselves to this position where you have this level of intensity, this level of
We did
pressure,
it.
and
At this
they're
point,
getting those
yeah.
valuable reps
Yeah,
to be able to
Yeah, we
perform
didn't.
nowhere to
It's
how they
not
need to?
something we practiced.
Yeah, that's a great question, Gabe. And
Clearly packed with veteran presence, players that
Yeah,
certainly
this
exude that
is
mental
this is
toughness that you're
so
talking
many
about here.
points.
Because Raleigh
I love that
started
Stasi did a
overtime
squat jump
1
before
on
the poll.
defense
Like, who has
on New
energy for
York,
that?
We are now going to have the opposite of that with
Yeah.
pulling the disc to Raleigh. And we have Sarah Dieter with the disc on the break sideline.
And Raleigh having to maintain position
So
here.
I think at this point,
Backhand goes up to the end
Jessie
zone.
was also.
Wow.
Oh, what a great grab!
And that's number 60,
That's a good throw,
Sarah
too.
Dieter for the Raleigh
That's Sarah
win
Dieter, the person I was
here in
talking about
overtime
earlier
too,
that
the first
I don't usually
semifinal.
get to play with, but yeah, I really enjoyed playing with her.
And here we see on
Oh, so this is sudden death,
Say
sudden death.
up to Widmeyer, who puts up
Yeah.
a beautiful
Golden
high
goal.
side backhand.
Ah, that is a great throw.
Up to Dieter.
There
who's
it
got
is.
And
great
also
separation.
incredibly bold
Catch
for
her score.
sudden death.
The defender unable to seal the mark there.
Yeah, good job.
And with
Yeah.
Widmeyer's
I feel like I've got to
play
ask
was
her about that now that
steadily
I've watched this
regardless,
game. Like,
put up a
is that one of
fantastic
those things where, yes, I
backhand
got
throw
this?
to a
Or, you know,
streaking
like,
Sarah Dieter for the goal.
Yeah.
or just like, please,
What
I
an
hope this
exciting way to
works.
wrap up our first semifinal match of the evening.
Really incredible game. Raleigh Radiance.
Yeah, that was really exciting.
Moving forward to the final, which will take place tomorrow.
I was sad that we
12:30
lost, but it
p.m.
was kind of
versus the
fun
winner
just
of the
hanging out the rest of the
semifinal,
weekend.
between
Yeah.
and the Atlanta Soul.
Then you don't have to think about it
In
anymore.
just under 10 minutes,
Yeah, like
folks,
we got to
so
watch
stick
the game
around for
and
game number
enjoy it
2.
as spectators
Will
and
likely be
fans.
just as exciting as this one, I imagine. Another great
Actually, after
matchup.
the game,
Thanks for joining
there's
us.
like a bar
Panel
behind the end
leaders
zone,
here
and
with Gabe
we
Bedell,
looked so sad that the
and
guy
we
just
will
gave us
see you
free
in about
shots.
10 minutes for the next game.
Yeah, gotta get that pity drink when you can.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Gotta be in bed in half an hour.
It's a little past my bedtime, but you know, I'm here for it. Okay. Rebecca has asked if I would talk about my favorite fruit. I don't know if this is like a leading question or if I have like a favorite fruit that I've talked about before. Gosh, I don't know. My favorite fruit right now is probably strawberries because they're in season, and we particularly have been doing a lot of strawberry picking because it is like one of those social distant activities that you can still do and be outside. Though I was thinking when I was picking the strawberry, if you know, it was dangerous to eat the strawberries that I picked because I don't know, anything is dangerous now. So yeah, but probably strawberries for now because we also do a lot of baker. We pick them.
When you sent in, you sent me the screenshot of your browser when you were having trouble getting in. I think I saw a strawberry recipe tab open. Strawberry.
Yeah.
How did y'all feel on Universe?
How did y'all feel on Universe? Lindsay Sue asked.
For me, I was kind of happy to be on defense. I feel like on defense there's less thinking and it's more instinct and just going out and playing. So obviously felt more nervous than I was during other points, but I guess not like double overtime nervous. I mean, I really wanted to win, but it was kind of like, okay, like we still have to do what we have to do.
Yeah. I think I was really stressed out and I was really frustrated because I couldn't be on the field, but I was really excited to see that huge play at the end. I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah, keep bringing it up. No, it's definitely harder being on the sideline. Which jersey design?
Which jersey do you like?
I like our darks for sure. I think the fit of the darks was better too. I think there was something like because of the sublimation, it felt a little bit less baggy. I think the white was a little bit baggy on me, but the darks fit perfectly. But they also just look better, in my opinion. Are we talking about
I really liked our darks.
design? Because I like the Gridlock one more. I think that was the question. But,
Yeah. I liked our darks a lot.
yeah, I guess I liked your darks more than our whites.
I like the simplicity of your design, though. I like simple jersey designs, so it's cool. And I like the color scheme.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of jerseys last year and the year before had that. I don't know what the term is, that like 80s Miami feel to it with like a neon. What club teams will you be playing for since there's no PUL this year? I don't know if there will
Wait,
be
what's
clubs
the
this year.
question?
What club teams will you be playing for since there's no PUL this year?
Oh, gosh, yeah. I don't know if there'll be a club season.
Are you playing Phoenix again?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
I have been considering. I have been considering maybe playing mixed this summer, just because we don't know what the season's gonna look like. It's fun to try new things, but still definitely very up in the air.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you ever consider playing mixed?
Well, I'm captaining Scandal, so I have to play Scandal.
Okay, well. It's not too late. You can still get out.
Favorite play of the game from the J-Way, I'll just read it for you so you don't have to. Favorite play of the game from the other team?
Great question. I can tell you my top 5 least favorite plays from the other team, which is when you all caught it on those second attempts over and over again. But my favorite play was, gosh, yeah, those are tough. It's not really maybe a play, but like I think my favorite aspect of your team is how gritty you all are on defense. I know that we felt it as an offensive unit, just like the pressure that you all were putting on our team that whole game, and it was like relentless. So that was really exciting to play against because we knew that you were, giving it your all every point, which was awesome.
Yeah, I think favorite's a tough word. I didn't like any of the successful plays that your team had.
My favorite play was when you dropped it.
Actually, but no, the one that I respect the most, I guess, is the deep shots that you all took towards the end of the game. I think it takes a lot of courage, and like those deep shots were just perfect touch, perfect shape on them. So to be able to execute like that at the end of such a close game is really impressive. Begrudgingly impressed. Who would have won the rematch? All right, last question. Who would have won the rematch this year? For sure.
I would put some good money on Radiance.
You want to bet for the next time we play?
Yeah. I'm in.
All right, we are signing off. I'm getting to bed. My brain is busted.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining. This was really fun. Hope you have fun too.
Yeah. Thanks for all your questions and watching. I don't know when we'll see you next. Bye.